Well, when the season started, it is fair to say not many would have predicted the outcome nor the scenario that is unfolding in front of us as of today. But what a day it is, none the less. Lads, it's nice to see you in early doors. Well, we shout the first few. Nice to see you, Thomas. How you doing? We're just making sure everything's working as intended. How you doing? It's the final damn stretch. It has been a battle. It has been a bitch of a fucking season for a lot of reasons. But it comes down to this: Celtic, Hearts, Celtic Park, packed out final day, all to play for. It is simple, it is straightforward, we know what we need to do. There is only one simple task that we have struggled to do against these bastards for most of the season: beat them, and beat them fairly. We do it, we're title champions. It's simple as that. But for Hearts, it's a wee bit easier. They just need to not lose. But whatever happens, drama is abound. It's going to be good. Jesus Christ, the nerves are a wee bit there now, to be honest with you. I was speaking to Flash last night in the Discord. For those who were obviously there, it was nice of you to join us and all that good stuff. At least in the I think it was pretty much just Matt that joined us in the VC, but people were talking in general about the whole situation, all the drama that's unfolded over the last few days, and how it's kind of calmed down a little bit ever since the pictures have came out about the handball decision. It's been a dramatic season. There's been a lot of real drama that's unfolded for a lot of reasons at the wrong times and the right times for certain teams, so nobody is going into this game with full confidence. You've got Hearts fans that are assuming the worst now, and you've got Celtic fans that are kind of watching this through their fingers, to be fully honest. But it's nice to see you all. Likewise, nice to see you, Thomas. We give them nothing exactly that. Nice to see you, Robertson. Hello to you as well, my guy. Likewise with you guys. Nice to see you in here. And we'll also be keeping tabs on the Rangers match as well, just for the vibes, I suppose. Yeah, since we know that you would usually tend to be in here, it's nice to see you as well, Matthew. 2-1 prediction for you. I am pretty much in the same boat. It is spot on the same for me, and Gaz is going 2-1 Hearts. So this is the case in point. There is no easy solution to this. No team is favoured. Anybody can do anything today, right? I could sit here about 2 hours from now with the biggest smile on my face, or pure depression. It's one of the two, right? But I'm here for it, and either way, it's what we do this for, right? For the love of the game, right? But we just need to do what's necessary. That's the minimum. We'll pull up all the necessary things in a minute or so. But likewise, to see you is all good. To see you as well, Shamrock. Here in Cocker there, nice to see you, my guy. Waiting this huge game, rosary beads at the ready. We're going to fucking need them. We're going to need every ethereal miracle possible, essentially, to get the job done. Hearts are again their favoured side. They know what they need to do, but we should have everything up and ready for you. If you want a little look at our lineups, this is the squad that could potentially make a wee bit of history. It's, as you would expect, to be honest with you, it's pretty much as strong as the starting 11 as we can field right now. So it's Sinisalo starting in between the sticks, Kieran Tierney and Johnston starting as our full-backs, as you would expect. Trusty and Scales are two centre-back pairings. So again, speaking to Flash about this yesterday, Scales is going to be the key defender for us today. Trusty isn't great in aerial duels, so he will lose a lot of them, but it's going to be a very good battle between Scales and, you would presume, based on the way they like to cut inside, either Braga or Kazaridas, whoever one's pretty much on that side when they attack, it's most likely going to be, I'd imagine, Braga, to be honest with you. So it's going to be an intriguing one. Again, the back line is about what you would expect, but there's still that kind of lingering doubt, just that tiny little lingering doubt that we could fuck things up, especially with the way that Trusty's been a wee bit inconsistent with the aerial duels. His win rate's not been great there, but his pass running right on the ground is decent, so it's going to be a case of Scales winning the headers and Trusty winning the tackles, I'd imagine. But McGregor and Norm, they've been pretty good in the few games that we've seen them back, especially since Arns came back for injury. It's always good to see him finding a wee bit of form, but we're going to need bigger and better things from him today in terms of goal contributions. But Benjamin Nygren, who has been pretty much our kingpin in this team this season, with pretty much every crucial goal that you can think of, with exception of a few which Iniacho has scored, he's pretty much been the man for us. But Tenecti and Yang starting either side, pretty much what you would expect, although again we need to probably see a bit more out of Tenecti today. And Dyson Maeda starts up front. Even though he's missed a few sitters in recent games, he's also scored goals to balance it out, so it's going to be one of those, right? But Hearts are strong, and again, their team is capable. They've got exactly the right tools to do the job. They're a very strong side, pragmatic, good defensively, good on the attack. They don't waste chances, and they don't waste many opportunities to put pressure on. It's going to be close, 100%. But Sporo starts in between the sticks. He has been pretty much one of their strongest aspects to the team, at least from the games that we've seen against them. He's had some absolute crackers against us. It's hard to argue against that. Findlay and Kingsley as their two centre-back pairings, with Steinfinder and Milner as their full-backs. Kizaridis and Altena starting on each side, which is a bit of a surprise. Again, you would have presumed it would have been Braga, but I guess not. So that might be something that could work in our favour, but again, McInnes might just be switching things up for the sake of the vibes, just to try and catch us off guard. But Benignini and Devlin are the two holding midfielders. You would expect Devlin to be a bit more advanced than Benignini, but again, it depends on what they want to do, especially if they're holding kind of defensive lines. But Shankland and Kabore have been two very key players for them this season. Shankland more so than Kabore, but Kabore has contributed in his own ways. If you just take the last game at Tynecastle that we had against them, he was the one that managed to get Trusty Riccardi by playing some excellent theatrics. So it's going to be close for sure. Both teams are absolutely capable of winning the title, because you would have to say Celtic are probably the better team on paper, but Hearts are definitely the better unit this season. It's hard to argue with that. So it's just going to be who starts the better and who kicks on for there. But if you want a little look at some of the bench options that we've got, again, some very big options that you can rely on for both sides. For Motherwell, you've got players like McCart and Kent, absolutely brilliantly crucial if you want them to kind of factor in, especially defensively. Kent's actually very damn good, but he has also been pretty decent up front for them as well. If you've seen the game against Falkirk, you probably know what I'm talking about. But again, players like Spittle and of course Forrest. I mean, it's always fun to see that. You've got the two Forrest brothers on the bench ready to come on and cause some chaos, but Kajota is also a different threat entirely. And Chesnikov maybe might see minutes, but I highly doubt it unless things get really different. But Braga will definitely feature at some point. He is on the bench as well. For us, like I said, we touched on Forrest. We got Chamberlain. And Osman's back in the lineup as well, which is interesting to see. But I'd imagine if we do bring on a striker, it will 100% be Kelechi for sure. So, I mean, it's fuck, man. It's the nerves are kicking in a wee bit. Like I said, we'll kind of keep this one on the sideline as well, but we're not really going to be paying too much attention to it. It's just more or less as like a throwaway. Oh, well, they're losing, Lamal, kind of thing. Nice to see you, Celtic, forever. I think Celtic are a fantastic club, nothing but utmost respectful, guys, but as a neutral looking in, you hope Hearts win. Look, I get that fully. I know that basically anyone that isn't pretty much Celtic or Irish, or maybe a Hibs fan, to be honest with you, will be 100% back in Hearts today. I am 100%, like, I get it, right? Like, if you're a neutral, you want to see something different than Celtic or Rangers or just a Glasgow club in general dominating. It would be an exchange of pace as a neutral. Like, I fully understand that. However, no. Celtic all the way, baby. We're winning this shit. We have to, man. We've done so much fucking funny things this season. It would be hilarious when we've only led the league for about a month of this whole season to win it on the last day through sheer shithousery. It'd be fantastic, but we have to be solid. We have to be pragmatic, and more importantly, we have to be better than, quite simply, the most consistent team in the league this season. Whoever wins it today, they deserve it 100%. Hearts have dug in at very crucial points in this season, have picked up a lot of late winners, have picked up a lot of great points in games where they wouldn't have been predicted to really have done anything, to be honest with you. At the start of the season, I think they were predicted to finish 4th overall, so they have absolutely battled it out the park when it comes to what they've done this season. But Celtic just have that ability. We just have that niche to never go away. We do not die. That we never stop motto and mantra has never really left us. We just have that ability to always be there. And should we do what we need to do today, I mean, the tifo is massive. You've got Martin O'Neill on it. It's just poetic, as you would expect. Not a single seat missing. The shame about this is that there's only a handful of Hearts fans. We were kind of talking about it last night in the Discord, how we thought that it should have realistically been about 1,500, 2,000 Hearts fans, because, I mean, it's a big occasion, but obviously that's not the case today. We're going to be going with the 700, just the kind of traditional kind of allocation that we give them. But here we go, the nerves are 100% starting to kick in now, because there's Martin O'Neill out the tunnel. He's ready to go. McInnes is ready to go. Well, he's not in his suit and tie, he's in the old school shirt. I mean, it is that type of weather, to be honest with you. But for those that are coming in, we'll read out the lineups one last time. Good luck today from Argentina. Nice to see you, Maxi. Hope you're good. My guy, a Boca Juniors fan. A lot of love for that club as well, man. Why don't you just give the job to Martin O'Neill? He's old. He wants to sit down and have a cup of tea in the weekends, man. He doesn't want to be dealing with this shit. His heart's not built for it now. He's a fantastic coach, but if he wanted to stay, I'd love it. Personally, I mean, he's a brilliant coach, but it's one of those. But for Celtic, the lineup one last time, the ones that could potentially be title winners by the end of the day. It's Sinisalo starting in between the sticks, Tierney and Johnston as our full-backs, Trusty and Scales, our two centre-back pairings with Arne and McGregor as our holding midfielders, Nigren more centrally advanced through the middle, either side of Yang and Tenekte as our wingers, and of course Daisen Maeda, who has been pretty much our goal-scoring asset over the last few matches, starts centrally up front for Hearts. It's a strong side and one that could potentially make history, their first title in pretty much over 66 years. Swallow in between the sticks, Steinweider and Milner as their full backs, Finlay and Kingsley as their centre backs, Devlin and Benigmane as their kind of holding midfield, with Kizaridis and Alterna starting either side on the flanks, with Shankland and Kabore as their out right front two. It is almost time for one of the biggest games in each of these clubs' respective career. Celtic are trying to save face after what has been a very stagnant and very stale season, and we could still pull off an absolute clutch moment which just summarises us as a club. But Hearts, they have dug in, they have earned this chance, they have 100% put themselves in the best position they can possibly do so. If they get the job done today, all the power to them. But we just have to win. It is that simple, it is that straightforward. For anyone that's joining us, it's a pleasure to have you. I understand that you can technically watch this game live if you want to, and if you're just watching alongside, that's even nicer of you. But it's time. It is time. The biggest 90 minutes of the season. It's almost iconic that it has to be the last. Hearts are the ones to get the ball rolling, and it is officially underway. We have games to play, we have a job to do. It is simple. From Celtic's perspective, 3 points is the job. For Hearts, it's straightforward, they only need the one, and already a Hearts player has hit the deck. And it's Kabore, the diving bastard, is 15 seconds into the game and hit. Did they get collided with? I don't know. It was off the ball and it's happened instantly. Fair enough. Let's see what happened. Nothing. Nothing at all. Okay, well that gives you an incentive of what Hearts' plan might be. Frustrate and protect what they can, fair enough. I mean 30 seconds into the game is a bit soft, but nonetheless, we've got the ball. Trusty's going to try and fire it down the line out towards Yang. Ball played in behind. Could be an early chance for Celtic. It's a good ball into the box. It's a good piece of defending for Hearts as well though. Oh, if he didn't stick his leg out in the nick of time there, that would have been an easy tap in for Maeda inside the opening minute. In case in point, both teams are here to fucking play. That could have been a brilliant opening start for the Hoops, but we want to take advantage where we can. Ball's played far down the line. Tierney does well to try and keep it in play, but it's only going to be played in straight towards Kingsley, who fires it up the line. McGregor's there to win the first knock on, and Celtic are immediately going on that high pressing line, realising that Hearts' strength has been that press, so if you keep them occupied it might make it awkward. Played in towards Maeda in the box, nicely popped back out towards the edge of the area. Oh, he tried to go for a wee dummy there to Nectar and lost the ball, but Celtic again still pressing. Scales, this time winning it in the final third. Tries to get the deflection off and it's out for a corner kick. Decent start for Celtic in that perspective. No arguments there from the beginning whatsoever. Corner kick for us is going to be on to tee this one up quickly. You could hear the roar there. I mean, I've got the volume on the absolute minimum to barely hear it, and it's evident boys are here to play. It's to see him up. Hope you will, my guy. Corner kick is to come in. Right in front of the Green Brigade. This would be an iconic start. Ball in is decent, and it is won by Trusty in the end, but he pops it way too high. We're talking about he needed to win a couple more aerial duels. That's the right idea, son. That's not bad at all, but you need to try and get that on target next time. Celtic definitely starting the brighter of the two teams though. We can probably pull up the stats now since there we go, within a few minutes, so bang. Very, very strong start from us, but we need to do this over the basically the whole 90 minutes. Kind of hear out your fire stick, you're my commentary. Fair enough, my guy. Well, statistically, Celtic are one of the best teams in the league, alongside Rangers technically at scoring goals this season in the opening stages, in the opening 15 minutes, and it's pretty apparent. I mean, Flash isn't here, he'll be in the he'll be with the boys in the Green Brigade. I hope he's having a banging time out there, but I was speaking to him last night and the big thing that I was saying was that the opening 15 minutes are going to be massive for each club. If Celtic score first, it gives them the incentive, but if Hearts score, they will start realising that they have a 2-goal swing to defend and could work out for them. That should be a foul for Celtic. It looked like a bit of an easy foul on Yang there, but the referee plays advantage instead, and Hearts' favour, and they're able to get it back to their keeper and send it up the line. Follow does get it up the line quite well, nearly works out for him, but doesn't bounce in their favour. They'll still try to retain and move it. Nice little step and go for Hearts, give them credit, that was nice. They're trying to shift it, and got Steinlander on that far side looking for options, played up and into space. Kazaridis, nice little cut inside, tries to lay it back, but unfortunately just kind of has to go all the way back to Finlay instead. That's decent for us defensively though, played in behind. Kabori tries to hold it up, good little touch outside, but he's going to be put under pressure by Johnston, and it's quite calmly won in the end. It's, yeah, stress. Absolute stress, 100%. Rangers on person that's coming for me. Oh yeah, speaking of that, how are they doing? Oh, they scored. I mean, there's something for you, I guess. They have scored a goal. Rare territory for Rangers, but they have indeed done it. Hearts get it in towards the box, it's bouncing around, and they're trying to claim penalty for something, but based on what they were doing in the opening minute, they're clearly looking for it. The hands up, and they're trying to look for any potential call. Let's see what happens in clearer detail, because no. Straight up, just no. Definitely looking for it there. That's probably the nicest way to say that one, but I mean, it's Shanklin pulling on Scales' shot, and it kind of forces Scales to fall back in towards him. Even the referee's kind of signalling, nah, not really much on that one, to be honest. Don't blame him for trying it though, it is striker's instinct to try and do that nowadays, but yep, QM like Alibis and a salvo that. Don't worry, Rangers. They're 1-0 up against Falkirk, it's not the other way around. That's a good ball forward from us though. It depends on who gets on the end of this. It could still be dangerous depending on Tenecti's control here. Does well to win it back half his man, but he's going backwards and backwards alone. Played back towards McGregor, and in turn he finds Scales. There'll definitely be a switch to the far side for the big American. Trust it. Gets the ball, pops out far side, nice from Yang, nice little touch and move, but again, Hearts very well set in their shape. They don't concede many goals, the best team defensively in the league. Hearts are comfortably first, Motherwell second, and Celtic are third, which is a bit of a surprise considering the fact we're conceding about a goal on average basically every game for the last 10 or so. McGregor goes for that switch across towards Trusty again, nice. Yang stands it up against Milner, doesn't really do too much besides give it to him. And the Heartsman tries to force up the line but doesn't get it a deflection off of Yang, so it's going to be a throw in for us instead. He complains about it, but it's pretty open. You can see he's thinking even if it didn't work out, Trusty plays it towards Scales. The only reason I don't like that is Trusty is very far on the right hand side of the pitch, and if Hearts win that on the high press, shape wise we're not very well set, but we've dealt with this one well enough to get it into space. Tenecti popped back to Tierney, played into space and a really good ball as well, actually whipped in, cleared away at the first real sign of danger there I think from Steinwein. It was a good header from it. Wait until the last game and then you show up. Yep, the Rangers with my guy. Apparently it's now 2-0, well, there you go. I'll check after this attacking phase of play from us because it is a corner kick and I don't want to check something in case I miss. Obviously a good chance from us. Oh, there's wee Che celebrating in front of there. You can see him try to like egg on the boys. Corner kick to come in. Let's see where this goes. Taking a bit of time to get it set up, but eventually whipped in and over everybody comfortably. That was a horrible corner. There is no other way to slice that, man. That was just shit. What the fuck is happening in that game then? Well, I guess this updates after a few minutes or something, I'm sure. What will I do this? Does that fix it? Oh my fucking god, it is 2-1 apparently. Interesting, that's very interesting. That's probably the nicest way to say what the fuck. I'm glad it's not like that in this game, man. The less drama the better. Ideally we want to just get the goal early and then kick on for here, but Rangers going 2-0 up and then apparently conceding within about a minute afterwards, so it clarifies it. Nice to see you, Shuto. Hope you're well, my guy. It was with you, Lizzie. Hope you're well. Rubbish corner, aye, that's probably the nicest way to summarise it. Like I said, Arn's not been bad since he's came back, but we need to see a bit more in terms of attack and contribution, 100%. You lose in live score. To keep track of the, well, just so that you can keep track of some of the stats and you have like a way to tell what's happening, or at least anyone that comes in like halfway through the game, they immediately know what's going on. And there's a corner kick for Hearts here. Let's see if Melodian Moneyball comes in. Oh, I thought it was a corner kick, it was a throw in, sorry, I looked away for like 2 seconds, I presume it just bounced out. But they have won it back. Oh shit, Johnston's just been scythed there, fucking hell man, you need to be better positionally, it was way too easy for Mon to get that in, and unfortunately for him, he's done an arm and absolutely bottled the cross, but there's going to be like 6 minute added time from corners, and genuinely, there has been a few stoppages, and oh, Sarasalo, Jesus Christ mate, you need to be aware, yep, gets it out in time, but only funnels it out towards a maroon shirt instead. Like I say, we started very well, but slowly faded out over the last few minutes or so, but again, we're not going to be high octane for the full 90 minutes. We understand that Hearts are going to have periods of play where they are on the top side of things. And again, it's in that area where they could do something from the long throw, and pretty much exactly where they were last time. That's another box from Hearts. Let's see where that one goes. Pretty much up and away from Celtic, but not necessarily cleared by anyone. Let's see where that bounces. Johnston sticks his boot out in the nick of time, but again, Hearts are keeping the pressure on. They like the high press for a reason. Milne looking for the foul, and he gets it. That's, I mean, Negrin looks immediately confused as to why, because it didn't look like there was too much contact. Did he catch him? To be fair, he did, yeah. Soft but fair, and it is a foul. And he gives Hearts a really decent chance to get something swung into the box and do some damage. Based on the way they're lining up, it seems to be very much zonal. It's not necessarily man to man from either side. Locked in over the top, Hearts get it in towards the back post, and it's popped up and away for another corner kick, to be honest with you. Pretty straightforward from us. What are Celtic doing right now? Defensive line. Definitely playing a bit deeper in, but we need to step out on that press. Like I said, the Hearts high line is that's their strength. You give them the ability to do that, that's when they're playing at their level. So when they're at their best, another corner to be swung in here over everybody, and Sinisalo pops up and catches that calm enough. A bit of a collision for the Hearts man, definitely unintentional. Puts his arm up in apology. Sinisalo does the same, and they just carry on the play. Fair enough, that's decent. And we can't even really get out for the back. I mean, Milne's getting involved and trying to keep Yang very quiet. He's keeping that press high, and it's making it difficult. He's doubling only needs 28 more penalties to get to 100. Who knows? Wilder things have happened, I'm sure. Oh, Hugh McCall, thank you very much for joining us, my guy. Or Hugo, sorry, misread that one. Appreciate you joining us, Chief. That's very kind of you. We're trying to hit 1888 by the end of the season. We're not too far off it, to be fair. I think we'd need like 20 odd subscribers for this point, roughly, give or take. So that's very kind of you, mate. Very appreciated. Very true, Marple. I mean, you've seen all the talks with the controversies, and then there was a guy on Twitter that basically compiled all the dodgy decisions that went against us to basically be like, hey, just so it's clear that it's the referees' inconsistencies, man. It's like, but this season as a whole has just been very weird, right? It's been wacky as fuck, it's been wild and sure, and I mean, as it stands right now, Hearts are probably the happier of the two sides if it stays as is, but Celtic have had definitely the better chances of the few. That's a nice ball out wide and popped over the top. Celtic are going to try and chase this in behind. He's definitely been contacted there. There might be a... Yeah, the referee just gives advantage, and it's fair enough. They might need to stop for a potential thing, because again, the horseman stayed down, and I mean Celtic protest because they're on the ball and they were on the attack and they have a right to genuinely be annoyed, but he did look like he took a bit of a knock there. Both of them did go in quite hard, but I mean it's the way he goes down afterwards because he takes a few steps and then decks it, but maybe he pulled something or a... I mean, but judging by the way his legs stiffened up, I think he's pulled something as he's kind of went to take a few steps. I've not seen a medal of one like a chocolate one, a participation medal. It looks like it might actually be a bit more serious than it first looked, because again he's kept his leg in the air and you can tell his muscles have stiffened up a belter. I think he might be coming off. It's one of those ones where you kind of land weird. It's not necessarily from the challenge, it's just the way he kind of lands afterwards. It's a wee bit unfortunate if that's how your season ends, to be honest with you. But it looks like McInnes is getting ready to make that change just in case. It's always a sin to see that. You never want to see an injury in a potentially historic match, but again, if you can't run, then you're not really going to be useful on the field, and I think that's probably the thinking here. He's definitely walking a wee bit leggy. Yeah, it's definitely like you can see it in slow motion in his face. It's like after the second kind of step, he kind of winces and just like kind of falls to the... You feel bad when you see that, but I think Steinbinder's going to be taking his leave. I suppose the only benefit to us in that perspective is that it forces Hearts into that potential early change, but that's if they make it. For now he's on the sidelines. Come on Hearts, for fuck's sake. I mean they've started pretty well, to be fair. It's not as if they're playing bad. Besides the opening 3 or 4 minutes, you would say Hearts have probably been the better of the two sides in terms of retaining the ball, but Celtic are trying their best just to get something going. That could be a decent pop-up depending on where it goes. Fortunately, bounces Kingsley's way and he just pumps that one forward, no real issue. Scales wins the first knock on, and Tierney very quickly kind of pumps it over the top of the line, which honestly made sense, otherwise he was under pressure. Kabori's done that thing where he gets involved in a challenge and uses his physicality, but this time doesn't work out for him. Celtic free kick and quickly taken. Trusty's going to try and roll it down the line. Johnston, that's a good switch depending on the touch here. Please try and at least get there on the green. Yeah, I mean, okay, well, fair enough. Well, off the ball incident, we'll call that one. He gets kind of popped out to the side. Is that with the nation account? We need you back now. Nah, it's that. I mean, I'll still do some games next season. It's not like I'm done. It's just that it won't be like a semi-regular basis, so just be like when I can, essentially. Still do it for the love of the game every now and then, just depending on circumstances. That's a good ball out for Swallow, depending on where the header goes. Celtic actually win that one. That's a change of pace. Usually we lose those types of midfield balls. The Hearts are again going with a high line press. It bounces in their favour and they're trying to break forward. Nice little switch and go for Hearts if they can get it moving, but Celtic get back into position as quick as possible. That was actually really good from us there, but again it allows Hearts a bit of time and space. They could do something with it because Risk pops it back in towards that far side. And Tom quickly exchanged across the line. That's a nice pass out towards the far side and sent up the line again, but Johnston should win that one. Actually makes a fucking mockery of that one. Jesus Christ, Trusty has to body up Kabori, and I think it's been pulled back for offside anyway, so we got away with one a tiny bit there. And he actually not starting again. I mean, it was a bit of a surprise, but you can't really argue with Maeda not starting when he scored in the last 3 games straight. He has been one of our key players for sure. I haven't seen too much of him, but that's because Hearts are very set in their defensive shape. Any updates in the Rangers and Falkirk game, girls? And then worth checking. That could be a decent ball depending if Maeda can get there on the press. He does well to force the issue, but once again, the Horseman, I thought the Horseman was going to try and fake an injury there. It's like he made the right call just getting up. It was like that would have been soft as hell. He understood it would have been better just to stay in the plate. I respect it almost to Necti. Nice little pop into space, although he's done fucking horribly to keep that in retention. It's bounced Hearts' way, but I think again, similar situation where they've just been caught out by Celtic's high line. Why is McCowan always on the wing? He's awful though. I think it's just because there's too much depth in the midfield to play him in his natural position, but he's still a pretty useful utility player. I think for me it makes more sense if you kind of play him as a McGregor role, like a substitute off the bench type situation. He's kind of useful in that aspect in my opinion, but I mean he's had one or two decent moments, I guess, like McCowan, right? The goal against Stuttgart and probably the opening goal of the season against St Mirren. Those are the two highlights I would probably pick out from him. We need Joe on the wing. Consistency on the wing is absolutely crucial, man. That's why it sucks. We're down our literal best defender and our best attacker. That's a good ball forward from us. Actually, hold on chance for us here. Yang's done very well to keep it down, and he's trying to do too much there. And to be honest with you, it could be. Well, that was what they said. The referee puts he's offside anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered regardless. But I respect it for the South Korean. It wasn't bad, but should have probably done a bit better. No, actually, he was onside. He looked potentially off, but he was onside for sure. It definitely would have stood if he'd got a shot away, but Milner doing some good defences again. Like, they can't really give him any issues. Best player of the game for us so far, you have to say he's everywhere. Let's pop forward again. That could be dangerous. Kabori's on the break forward. Tries to pop it through and awkwardly. Scales just tries to scythe it clear, which is the right move. Johnston gets in front of it and good wee header. Gets it out from the back as well, although it's going to overshoot Maeda and go straight back towards them. Next time Winder's back on the pitch at the very least. Didn't get any visual cue that he was back on the park, but there you go. You're going to be scared there when... Oh, you're scared Muncho, it's going to be bad when he comes back because he's been out a whole year. I mean, I get that, but counterpoint, it's always the... I mean, Larson, it could be one of those where the injury somehow makes him better. It's situational. There's a half chance for Hearts. It was never really too threatening even from that angle. It was a pop-up that was always going to loop over the ball, but I suppose you would consider it a half chance for Hearts. Not a threatening one by any means, but certainly an opportunity. That was a bit silly from on, okay, fair enough. Could have been a foul for us, but it's a throw-in for Hearts instead. It's a nice ball in his space actually. They could do something from range here. They will shoot from range, and again, never really going to be too threatening, but they're trying what they can from range. It's respectable. Had a bad light in that. Well, I think this is one I should read out openly, but fair enough. Ah, Christ, I hope she's alright, man. Don't know what it is with kids, but they're in accident prone situations. I mean, I was the same kid. I've like a scar on my head for the same type of shit, man. I ran into a coffee table. It's just like the corner of a coffee table was like a toddler. Masters in mischief. As long as she's good though, that's the main thing. Lawson definitely came back better. No, exactly, case in point, it can happen, it just depends on the player's mentality. And Jota does love Celtic, so there is that chance, but we just really need to wait and see. I mean, look at Tierney, he's came back from some pretty horrible injuries and he's playing just as hard as he did when he left. Maybe not as bountiful with the energy, but still that player that clearly has the grit and the grind to put in a shift and a good performance when necessary. Maeda's going to press follow here, no other alternative. Yep. Force the keeper to punt it out, not too bad. We could win the midfield header, and we actually do, but does that classic thing where no one's really there on the secondary bounce, so Hearts retain it. They'll try and send it forward and turn, and we in turn do the exact same thing. Get it off of the rebound, get it back. Please don't do the same thing and send it up the fucking line again. Nice, we keep it on the floor. Look at that, insanely effective. Then we go long, and it could work. Depending on the bounce, and it actually is not a bad bounce at all. Tenecti's trying to hustle and hassle it. Good defence from Hearts. Give them credit again. They are very solid when it matters on that side. But Tenecti forced the issue, and I respect that for the Tunisian. It was a great wee touch to force the battle. Definitely something worth smiling about. It's just, to be fair, if it's something that you're not used to experiencing, it would be terrifying, man. See, I'm not a parent, so I don't know, but I'd imagine if I was like, if I had a kid that was 2 years old and I have them in my bed and then I hear them fall off it, I'm terrified instantly. That might be a foul for Hearts. It's a bit soft though. It's, again, like, why are you going down clutching your head like that, man? Like, this is the thing. It's getting a bit desperate. Like, you're 25 minutes into the game and they've already dived like 4 different times. He does take a knock, but it's not in the head. It's like top of the shoulder at best, and he kind of goes down clutching the top of his skull, like a bit of theatrics there for sure, but he's shown most touches this match, and fuck me, Trusty's had double the touches of anyone else. That's not a good sign. In fact, all of our defenders have had the most touches this game. Nice to see you, Schnepp, will be good. Didn't need stitches. Just keep it clear of infection, guys, that's the main thing. Don't know, is there another angle on this? Because it didn't look like he took that hard of a knock. I mean, it's like upper here. I mean, he does land like it's a solo one. I think the landing fucked him more than the actual contact, but for the second time, bro, I literally need to turn notifications off. Just do that real quick. I suppose while we're on a little injury break, we can see what's happening in this shit. Still 2-1. Fair play. Fun piece of trivia about me, when I was like 8 or 9, I got hit in the head with a Wii remote off my uncle, and it bust my head open, and I literally bled that fucking bad because it was in the same spot I hit my head on the coffee table as a toddler. Shit happens, but as long as she's moving about and she's not showing any weird signs or sluggishness over the next day or two, then it's usually good signs. But obviously keep tabs on the guy, hope she's okay. That's good for Trusty. Let's see where we go with this one. Please potentially forward, that would have been nice there, but instead we just kind of stagnate and go side to side. This might be a problem. Now Trusty goes long, and that's actually a fucking pass. It was not the worst idea. We do win it in a good area. Negrin tries to thread it through, and I think even if it did get to Maeda, he could have been just off. Which is a tad unfortunate, but he should have been a wee bit more switched on that for sure. Oh, fucking hell, David. I've had some horror injuries in my youth, that's for damn sure. But that happens when you're a kid. That's why kids are made of stern stuff, man. If she's got any Scottish genes in her, girl, she'll be fine. She's a tough cookie. You've no doubt Celtic will push through the rail. Then snatch out of the death. 97th minute ball in to the box. Martin O'Neill on the header. What a goal. I can see it already, man. It'd be poetic. I'd rather avoid that fate. I've had many palpitations this season already. I'm in my mid-20s. Oh, 3-1 apparently. Appreciate the update, guys. Well, there you go. 3-1 to Rangers apparently. There's your score update there. If someone could update me on what's going on between Hibs and Motherwell as well, because the fight for 4th is still very well and truly on. Although I'm not sure if they're playing at the same time as us. That's good for Trusty again. Pop it. Nice. That's good to Maeda. He pops it in turn as well. This is good for Celtic. That's a lovely little touch as well for Johnston. Gets it into the... Oh, he tries to get the ball, but it's actually good defending again from Hearts. You know, I say Celtic are attacking quite well, but the defence for Hearts is just equally as solid. Usually, like we joked in the Rangers match, how it was like a stoppable force meets a very movable object. This is the old saying, this is an unstoppable force meeting an unmovable object. Celtic are trying to push forward where we can, but Hearts are very set in their line. They're making it difficult as fuck to get easy fluid movement, which is what Celtic usually rely on. But it comes at the cost of them having their high press, which is what usually gets them chances. Both of them are perfect counter-intuitive teams to each other. Trusty, not the greatest touch, fuck's sake, he got away with one there. You need to be able to take a better first touch in that big man. Shanklin was immediately on the press. It cannons off him and out for a throw-in for us, thankfully, but all square for the Hibs game. Appreciate that, Trev. Very much appreciated indeed. Well, as it stands, Motherwell have locked in 4th. Oh, Bashiri subbed off. That's a bit of a shame. He's a decent wee player. Ah, nice to see you, Watchalong. Let me see you in chat, mate. That's a good ball forward if we can get on it, please. Tierney's on the run. Case in point, he might have glass ankles, but he's gliding like it right down that pitch, gets onto it, cuts it back into the box. It's in a half dangerous area and we could still... Oh, fuck off, that's not the move. Silly wee touching behind there, I have to be honest, and we're trying our best to keep it in the final third though. Nice pop into space. We're adamant on going down that side, popped into the open area. Nygren's just going to roll that back to Trusty, and we've got every Celtic player past the halfway line. Pretty much now. Trusty's on the edge of it, drops in to receive the pass, and then Scales gives it away for no reason. Fantastic, lads. That is literally the fucking problem we have. All that good passing around the final third to go backwards and then miss pass it anyway. If you're going to miss pass it, at least do it in the final fucking third. It's better that than that shite. That was so poor on so many fronts. We could have done much better with it. Feels like this half an hour has flown by. Although we've had 7 shots. Jesus Christ, they're going full bird then. Don't blame them at all. It would be very unfair if they didn't get 4th. They have easily been, you'd argue honestly, the 3rd best team this season. So I think 4th would be pretty fair, honestly. Well, that's an awkward bounce around. Celtic send it up the line after a few. That is a great touch. Holy shit, that could have been so nice for Hearts, but Celtic get in front of the way, block it and it bounces out. It's a very physical, I mean, Hearts are bundling into Celtic players are bundling into Hearts players. Both teams very much want to make sure they have control of the ball, because they understand that the teams they're against do not like not having it, that they're both taking advantage of that when they can. Say Celtic have probably had the better opportunity of the game, but saying things in layman's terms, although we've got a breaking away with that touch and bounce. It could be something forward, Paul. We have to make this work. Cut inside, shot from range is straight into the hands of Swallow. He should have done better there, Tenecte, but there's at least a cheer and a reaction from the crowd. It was a decent attack from us. We could have done a lot better with it. There's a nice little slip in behind to get it to Tenecte, but he pretty much, that little touch back forced him to take the shot first time, and Maeda's reaction in the box is just to put his hands out as if to be like, should have played it earlier, mate. And honestly, I'm inclined to agree with the Japanese, man. Not bad for the tuners, you know, it was a great strike, but straight down the throw of the goalkeeper, no real movement required from the German shopstopper to really do much else besides just fall onto it. But case in point, Celtic are the ones that are making the chances, but they're not clear-cut ones. Trusty fires that one straight out towards Yang. He's got the overlap and Nygren there if he needs him as well, but the South Korean goes solo, cuts it inside. 1 or 2 pop-arounds, and Celtic tried to keep it in retention, but Hearts got a body in the way. Nice little touch in for, I think, Devlin there. And after 1 or 2 passes, goes back towards Kingsley, then Swallow, and he sends it up the line. Kabori doesn't win the header against Trusty, which is a nice change of pace. And Johnston wins the second ball and we win the third. That's really good from Celtic in a lot of ways actually. Nygren nearly gets taken out there but rides the challenge and still gets the pass away. That's really nice for the Swede. Scales just pops it back to Tierney. Bit of pressure. Nice to see you, Gally. He'll be when we go. I've just seen the wee Irish emoji as well. And the tricolours are in full effect in the stadium today, specifically in that corner. Very vibrant. I've got to say, more than a third of the way through this game, you'd say Celtic have been the better side between the two, but very slim margins if you're being very open about it. It's a decent ball in behind from us though. We could do something with this. Tierney gets past his man, does well to open up space in towards Nygren, tries to dance away from his man. It's still awkward. Johnston tries to put his leg in the way and it's actually been a very stupid challenge in the end, and I think he's going to go into the book for that yellow card. Yep, shouldn't have done that one. That, I mean, Tierney does the right thing to get it to Nygren, but Nygren's first touch takes it too far away, so he pops it back and it makes Johnston kind of run forward on the charge. He doesn't really catch him, but it's, yeah, the intent of play, so yellow card, second this season. You kind of had to jump over that one. Yeah, back and ball game, nearly team have the advantage. It's very fine margins. I'm just saying Celtic have had maybe the slightly better play. Motherwell 1-0 up though, that's good to hear. There you go. At least they deserve, to be honest. Played out to that far side and sent up the line. Popped in the open area, that could be something, depending on where we get it. That's good. Let's run with it. There is an opportunity to do something here, but instead it's just overrun again, man. It's too many times. We get into the final third and then we do that shit. Pretty sure it was stopped for a foul beforehand anyway, by the looks of it. But you need to do better there again on, man. That's it's a little lacklustre in that sense. Vardinger, hell of a player as well. And what they win by, fuck it, honestly. Nah, fair play, Motherwell, they deserve it. Nice to see you, careful, be well, my guy. Oh, that's an awkward bounce. Shit, of course, man. Johnston doesn't deal with the challenge. This could be something for Hearts, and he's just decked it in the box against the gravity of what? Earth? Two mistakes for Johnston, fair enough. It's going to allow Hearts to have a chance, but thankfully they try to do that thing with the shoot for range, and it's not the greatest or worst idea from Altena. It's more or less just an idea of all time. Sends it miles over the bar. It's nice to see you, Kev. I mean, it's looking okay-ish so far. It's not panic stations just yet. Celtic have played some alright stuff, but the final third seems to be the issue right now. Need to get some clear-cut chances going there. At the very least, make the goalkeeper work a bit more than we have. Do you reckon we should sign Sriracha? I mean, it'd be hard to make an argument not to. But I think it would obviously depend on what the new manager would ideally want. Like, again, you can't make assumptions on certain players, specifically loan players, until we know who the new manager is, because he just might not fit in with the system. Personally, I like Sriracha though. I think he's a great wee player. He's got a good mentality to him. He's a perfect backup. That's a good break forward for Hearts. Here they come, trying to do something here. Kabore tries to dance forward and the fuck me. Like, we are doing what we can to make it awkward as fuck for ourselves, man. A wee bit of pinball and eventually it bounces out for us in our favour, so that's fine enough, but Jesus Christ. Should like to make things complicated, doesn't. He gets taken out there, referee's going to play advantage instead in the meantime. Celtic trying to do the 1-2 and it does work out actually, because we've got a run on that far side. And we get it popped off for a corner kick. That's a bit better for you, man. That's a lot better for you to on that far side, and the yellow card in hindsight comes out for the Hearts man for the challenge before. Which, yeah, it absolutely wipes out my head. That's pretty much exactly what Johnston did to fuck, my brain's gone dark. The 13th, but Stein went up. Clearly alright from his injury earlier in the game, I suppose there is that. Oh, I just judge, yeah, and was for injured that scored for Motherwell, good for them. Corner kick for us in the meantime though. Not too much time until the end of this half, so a goal now would be very well timed from us. It's a nice little play into space, lovely little roll across. Oh, that's very kind of you. 17 months, Givan, that's incredible. More consistent than most of the players on this park, that's much I can say in confidence. Appreciate you, my guy, that's very kind. Partick St Mirren playoff final. Yeah, me and Flash were watching the League One playoff between Clyde and Hamilton alongside it as well. That was a more interesting game, surprisingly. 4-3 that one ended. But Dunfermline, well, yeah, that second goal Partick scored was like the epitome of the SPFL. That's like the classic Scottish League goal. Shitty ball over the top and a kind of half-assed header that somehow just finds a way in because of positioning. Like, poetry, man. I feel a bit for Dunfermline. I feel like they would have been a more interesting team, but I think Partick have been more shot. That's a good ball in behind. Tierney's trying to force the issue. I hate that. They're doing this a lot now, and you can hear it in the crowd. It's genuinely starting to frustrate some fans as well. They are buying a lot of fouls with that. Any time there is like a close 50-50, there's a Hearts player hitting the deck at full fucking speed and rolling around holding their knees. I mean, you're a big boy, you're Australian, Austrian, like 6 foot fucking plus, you should not be going down that easy and doing that. A wee bit theatrical, but then again, this season has been full of dramatics, so can't really say you're too surprised, but Swallow's going to send this one up. Try and get it to anyone of note, essentially. It's just popped away from Celtic in the end. Some good throw forward depending on where it bounces. Tierney does well to clear it, but again still final third for Hearts. They do well to kind of funnel out and try and get a few deflections in there, bounce off for a throw in. It's kind of hard to say how this first half plays out. In most situations you wouldn't complain too much, but lack of chance creation hasn't exactly been our strength. All's kind of popped in, Scales just kind of headers it randomly and tries to chase it down. In fairness to him, very rarely you try and chase down your own header, but puts out for a corner kick instead, so there'll be an opportunity for Hearts to swing one in. They're very much like the Arsenal of the SPFL this season when it comes to set piece chances. They are quite good on them. They do have a few bodies forward that can cause problems, like we just touched on Steinway. There's a pretty physical body, but they've gone all the way out to the edge of the area. That's an interesting approach, to be sure, but it does make sure they have a bunch of bodies forward for a quick cross if they get it back in time, which they try to, but it's blocked. And Big Tenecti's claiming that it came back off the Hearts man, but they've given it as another corner. Would you have preferred to have been at the match? Oh, absolutely. Like, I think it's hard to say that anyone, like, if you were offered the chance, most people would probably go, but I do not mind being live for the people that are in here. That's a ball over the top and Hearts have scored! It's a header at the back post. Nobody marked him, and that might be it. League might be done. It's the classic Celtic goal to concede. Nobody switches on at the back, and it's a simple fucking header at the back post. That is very, very straightforward from our defensive perspective. Just what? Oh, that is bad, man. Like, where the fuck is the awareness there then? How many times have we seen Shanklin do that against us over the last season or two, and you still don't learn? He's on his fucking own. Nobody marks him at all. He's standing on his own, lads. Like, what the fuck is that? We're talking about how the first goal would be crucial, and we've handed them it. Just simple fucking awareness. Pathetic. Summarises it as much as possible. As much as we've had the chances, it's defence that costs us all the fucking time. Simple header in the end. Simple header in the end, but Shanklin gets on the end of it. Scores a great, I mean, it's a great header for that perspective to time it, but it's not as if he's timing it to get past anyone. He's on his fucking own, so fair enough. Right before the end of the half, and it's killed a lot of the momentum that we've built up. Fantastic. Classic, typical performance. Only 3-2 in the Rangers match as well. Well, we're going to have to go now. It is that simple. We're not only going to need to equalise, we're going to need to revert it. It is basic and straightforward for here. That's disheartening. Really the first clear-cut chance of the game you have to fucking say, and it's just from simple positional awareness, man. Me and Dylan were talking about this last night as well. That's the frustrating part. We literally said if they were going to score, that was the type of goal they would get it from, and it's exactly how they did. Fucking stupid, man. Like, it's the summary of the season. They've not played that well, but somehow they get the lead anyway. It's... what can you say? Fair play to them, man. We're going to need a massive second half, and that is probably the nicest way to say it. It's quite literally their first shot on target that wasn't blocked, and it's gone in. 3 additional minutes to play through it. In the first half, that's awkward. What the fuck are you doing there? Jesus Christ, that was... We're not covering ourselves in glory. We really need to have a good second half at the minimum, because the first is just not good enough. It's another poor ass giveaway from on. It's like the third we've seen for him. Sent forward, Johnston wins that knock on. That's a good wee touch for Young, and he does well to actually stay with it, but he's getting the fucking heels nipped at him for about 4 or 5 there, man. It has to be a foul eventually given, and we try and take it quickly. There is no other way to say this. We just simply have to go forward now. Like, fuck it. That's going to be a... well, there's claims for something. I think there's a handball claim. There's a penalty kick for Celtic, I believe. Kizaridis might have handled it, and I think the replay will clarify. McInnes is raging. But he seems like he was in the box, and Kizaridis is not protesting. I think he knows... let's see for sure. Is it hand? Dead to rights. Handball. Clear as fucking day. Penalty kick Celtic. Tierney tries to get the cross in, and it comes straight off his hand. It's, again, it's unfortunate because he's trying to slide across, but his arm's way too high. Catches his wrist, and Celtic have a penalty kick to try and get themselves back into the fucking game. Of course. Of course this happens. It's not controversial at the very least. You can tell the Hearts don't really protest it. Kizaridis, very... I mean, Shanklin's trying to protest that it's in his chest, but... it's crystal clear. There's no other real alternative, is there? We'll have a chance right at the end of the half to get something out of this. Trust the nervous rip. We definitely need changes in the second half. All needs to maybe come off. He's been noticeably the weakest player. Oh, fuck me. We talk about pressure penalties. This one is massive. For a lot of reasons. Why is Scales teeing up to take it again, and why is Swallow trying to bum? Back away, brother. It's going to be... wait, we're putting up. We're putting on it. We're putting on this. This is interesting given the half he's had so far. Well, it's 2 former Bundesliga representatives going up against each other here. Swallow up against Arn. Big penalty coming. Very hard to argue with the call. It is crystal clear handball, but we have to take the chance. Please on. Get shot under the keeper, we're back in the game. Oh my god, I thought he'd saved it for a second. I was about to start crying, but we've got back in it. Belgian man scores, beautiful goal. There's your headline for this half. We get back in it. It's a well taken penalty and it's fucking needed based on what just happened like 5-10 minutes ago. The epitome of this season, Hearts scoring off a set piece, Celtic taking their chances when they come through that penalty. It's a very well taken one, to be fair to him. He gets it just under Swallow's arms. Honestly, if the keeper just dives a half second earlier or he just gets his arm beneath him, easy save, but I think he presumes that Arm's going to go full far corner, so him actually scuffing it wasn't the worst thing to happen there. But we're back in the game, we're still alive, hope is still there, but fuck me, the second half needs to be better. We need to score the next goal. It is as simple as that. We've got ourselves back in it. That's good. Solid for the vibes, but Jesus Christ, we're making it difficult for ourselves, man. The story of our season. This half has pretty much been the microcosm of our season. Not necessarily out of third gear for either side, but we're doing what we can. Every Hearts player generally because he does with all my heart. I think he's a decent player. I think that's half time, and it is. Well, I mean, yeah, SPFL in a nutshell, isn't it? To be honest with you, it's stress so far. You got to give credit to Hearts. They probably started the game the better of the two teams in the opening 15 minutes. Then Celtic took control up until that corner, but I'm telling you right fucking now, we need to mark Shankland on set pieces, because the fact that he was on his fucking own, the two very preventable goals. Like, is there any Hearts fans that are in chat, would you say that's the best way to summarise it? Two very stupid defensive errors. That's why both teams have scored. Celtic not marking Shankland at the back post for betters, and Kizaridis making just a very silly error putting his arm up. And, I mean, clear and obvious handball. I don't think they'll need to fucking have like the crystal clear HDR images or like multiple replay angles. His arm's up, hits it like that, straightforward. Like it's a handball. Like there you go, basic call. And thankfully Alan scores it, but he's not had the greatest half. I'll be 100% transparent about it right now. We are not looking great. But the better of the two sides so far. It's hard to argue with that, but again, Hearts are the ones that have got everything to play for, and they will take the circumstances, everything considered. Let's have a little look to see what's happening. It is 2-3 between fucking Falkirk and Hearts. Yeah, another 6-3 might indeed just about be playing out. And I suppose while we do that, we should actually just probably do this and check the Hibs and Motherwell scores. Still 1-0 there. Go give them credit where it's due. So the table as it stands, if you want a little looking gander at it, Hearts are still top as it goes with that single point. They're on 81, which would be comfortably the lowest points finish in the last decade. Comfortably. The average league finish tends to be around 88 to 90 points, so yeah, summarises just how weird the season has been, but got to give credit to Hearts. They've dug their heels in, but Celtic have done something that we always do, and that's score a goal, and we've kept that theme up. So ideally want to do a bit more of that in the second half, because again, chance creation, Hearts have definitely had more opportunities, although granted two of them were for like 40 yards out and nowhere near the target, but they're at least trying to go for goal, so it's one of those, right? Nice to see you, kid. No, 100% a pen for it. It's hard to argue against that one, to be honest. It's a bit straightforward as a call as you can get. You can tell when he reacts, because he just has his arms underneath him and he's just pointing his head down. As soon as he got up, he just kind of shook his head and went, like, you know as a player when you fucked up, and that's one of those errors. So yeah, like defensive error from us to let them get the header, defensive error from them to let us back into the game. Two very preventable situations, but I suppose we always do love a little bit of drama. I think the only reason they checked it was just in case it was closer to his chest, because that's what Shankland was claiming, but nah, his arm was way above it. We all love penalties when they're ours. I mean, we'll take them if they're valid enough. We've had some penalties over the course of this season that we've absolutely been denied. That one was kind of hard to... I feel like if they even tried to disallow that, that would have probably caused more controversy than the decision a few days ago based on how obvious it was. Like, the referee seen it in real time. He didn't even need VAR. VAR was just like suggesting maybe it could... We'll check, and nah, like 2 seconds later they clarified. Nah, it came out of his hand. You're good. Have I been? Next, to be honest with you, especially, I'm cautiously optimistic still. We definitely need to score the next goal, that's for damn fucking sure. That is the minimum that's required, but anyone that's joined us for the stream so far is very much appreciated. It's genuinely very much appreciated. I know I don't ask for much in terms of help or support, but if you could leave a like on the stream, that would be very much appreciated. And if you are new here, please consider subscribing. It's the best thing you can do in that sense. Got a few more games left as more not necessarily a full-time creator, but as a, you know, someone that does it on a semi-regular basis. So any of the season support's always appreciated. Guys, while I would usually agree with you in that sense, I think the issue is the fact that he's still basically the same distance behind as it was when he came in. I think he's like a point better off. Who scored first? Hearts scored from a very simple corner. That's probably the best way. A very simple corner. Nobody marked Shankland's run at the back post, and he just kind of popped it in. Then we responded with a penalty from a Kazaridas handball on scoring that one for us. And I suppose for you just coming in, Wayne, that's the best way to summarise it. I mean, we've definitely been the better side pragmatically, but we're not making chances. It's the same issue as we always tend to fucking have. Story of our season, basically. 1 or 2 decent chances. I mean, I think our best chance of the game honestly came in the opening fucking minute. That's the best way to put it. We were fine for the first 5 minutes. Hearts took over for 10, then we took over up until basically they scored their header. So it's an interesting one to see how it unfolds in the second, because both teams have the incentive to protect something, right? I mean, Hearts will know if they get to the 75th minute, you'll see them sitting, they'll understand their task at that point. But it's better than the situation that they had in 86. They still very much have it in their own control, they just need to not lose. Always love seeing like absolutely 100% Celtic authenticating in Paradise Huddle, you'll never walk alone. You can tell that man bleeds green and white when you come. Nice to see you, my guy, hope you're well. One of Celtic indeed. I'll just talk about potential options that we could go with in the second half. I mean, there is always that shout for Iniacho, get my head on the left and gives us a natural striking option for corners into the box, which we haven't really been able to do much with, because every fucking time Alan's been on a corner it's just been flung over like the 6-yard box and out the other side. Just seeing what the pundits are saying about this penalty, but they're in full agreement that it stands. Even the old Hearts legend himself. That tells you all you need to know. Both teams will definitely still feel bullish about their chances, that is for damn sure. No problem at all, Crystal. One more penalty for us. True that. As long as it's validly given. I don't want to win the league on a dodgy decision. That would suck. The nerves are going to kick in a wee bit more now. I think it's because we know what's at stake now. The next 45 minutes, we've said this a lot, right? I think if you go back on any VOD that I've done basically since the start of this split, or even like the game or two before that, I think I've said the sentence, this second half is massive for our season. but it could not mean more than this. Like, I could not mean any more than when I'm saying that now. The next half is massive for us. If we score, it means Hearts need to chase us, and that's something. But if Hearts score the next goal, it's very unlikely to see us being able to do the damage. And it just means that last goal, well, that last minute goal that we got against Motherwell definitely matters, because realistically we would have needed to win this game by 3, and I don't see us winning this one 4-1, so it's nice. Go ahead, back into work. You were dropping in and see how you're getting on. Appreciate you, my guy. You enjoy yourself, best luck in your shift. I hope when you come back it's the positive news and good vibes. There's literal places in Edinburgh that let their workforce off early to watch this game as well for the weekend workers. Big half for the Celts and a shootout for the Jets. I'm presuming there's a lot of stuff. Are you talking about like the Melbourne Jets, or are you talking about like NFL Jets? I need clarification. It's like, because I know there's different variants of jets, there's like a ton of them. And always it's a shame, and that for a man to work when his team is in like one of the most egregious title fights in arguably like 2 decades. Or the Newcastle Jets, oh fucking hell. I always forget though there's an Australian Newcastle as well. That's sick. Well, I hope they come through, my guy. I hope they come through indeed. Australia do have some wonderful teams. And some wonderful players. I will always love Tom Rogic. That man was just absolute honest. Do Thistle lean towards Rangers or Celtic? They don't lean either way, and that's literally why they support Partick. It's kind of the same, right? If you ain't a Celtic or Rangers fan, you're a neutral, and if you're a neutral, you're a Partick fan. So it's just one of those. Until like, I think most of them are just people that don't give a shit about the kind of fierce or derby side of things, so they just prefer a kind of old school team. And to be fair, I mean, Partick's used to be a very good team in the 60s all the way through the 80s and stuff, but they were a side that was worth supporting back in the day, so some people just do it for their family. Nice to see you, Keith. Hope you're well, my guy. How's your tickle? Jesus Christ. Don't think I can say that last part, but I know you're feeling, man. I know the feeling well. It's stress, man. It is, like, genuinely. When they scored, it's like you have to smile through the pain kind of thing, but got the equaliser, that's when your heart kind of kicks back in. You know, it's like the fucking engine revs up in the old car again. That's what it feels like. It's like watching an old car in like a NASCAR race. All of them are brand new, shiny, fucking right around, no problem at all. And then there's us just kind of trudging along in this old fucking thing that's falling apart every time there's a bump in the road, man. But we're still driving. We're still on course to get across the line, but we still need another goal. It is the minimum. If we do not score, it's Hearts' title, and deservedly so, based on the way they've played so far. Like I said, I think Celtic have been the better team, but very slightly. Like I said, at least Hearts are trying to make chances through range. That's the big difference between the two of us. Celtic are trying to get into the box, which is okay, but not ideal when you're playing with a back four setup that Hearts tend to do, because they can just put an extra man on the fallback that's overlapping, problem fucking solved. So the second half is massive in terms of what, I mean, definitely potential changes. Cause, I mean, I'm looking at the benches now. You know, Braga is definitely going to come on for Hearts. That's like an absolute given, 100%. There's no way that doesn't happen. The same way that we'll most likely see Rio at some point. Celtic needs to go next to shit myself for the 10th time this season. boxer companies must be loving you, bro. No, Lizzie pretty much had the nail on the head. Absolutely spot on. Thistle fans are like the perfect neutral. They're like Switzerland in the war. You know? You got like Germany, fierce as fuck, and then you got like France on the other side, both mortal enemies locked in combat, and then you got Switzerland at the bottom just doing its happy wee dance. That's Celtic fans. They just fuck around for the love of the game, and honestly I respect them for it. I just kind of locally, at least geographically on a map, I'm closer to Celtic, plus the first player I like pretty much like fell in love with was Nakamura, so he played for Celtic, my dad supported the team, pretty easy transition into why I became a proper fan. One of the things I was saying, Paradise, was basically just get a body on him 100%, keep him fucking locked out, especially on set pieces, because anyone that watches that goal back, just watch Shankland and Shankland alone. Don't focus on any other part of the play besides where Shankland is, and more importantly the lack of fucking any presence around him. Because the man's standing with his hands on his hip just like, what the fuck am I on? And then he just makes one forward run, doesn't even really put force behind there either, he just kind of taps it and goes in. Thank fuck we got someone who's good at penalties. To be fair, he nearly missed it. If Swallow was a wee bit more aware of the fact that Arnold was going to scuff it, then might have been able to get his hand down a bit quicker. But thankfully Arnold just put enough spin on it to kind of get it under the arm, which is fucking massive for us. That's probably the best way to say it. Oh, it's just seeing that trophy sitting there, you know, at the end of this 45 minutes, regardless one of these teams is lifting it, it's just a case of which one of us it is. The boys are going to be coming out for the second half tonight, we'll be getting underway relatively soon. Stress! And it looks like Kelechi is geared up and ready to go. Looks like we are going to be making an early change. And it's exactly what we were hoping to see. Tenekte is going to be coming off, which means we know the drill. Maeda out left. And the actual central. Do you remember Viduka? You talking about that really shit Celtic player? It's either that or it's an alcoholic drink, it's one of the two. 4-2 Rangers, or fuck's sake, they must have started their half first. I totally forgot I was on the other one. Well, I guess we have that as a tab as well, but yeah, 4-2 between. Interesting. Well, Celtic are going to get the second half underway for us. 45 minutes of absolute fucking hell or heaven incoming. Either way, we're here for it. I'm probably going to have at least a stroke or two by the time this game is done, but it is massive. If Hearts hold on for the next 45 minutes, they are league leaders and league champions for the first time in 66 years. But if Celtic can find another goal and hold on, and we will be title champions. It's that simple. Ball sent up, Trusty wins that first knock on. There's a slightly noticeable change to the shape for Celtic. Negron's dropped in about 3 or 4 yards deeper to kind of make the midfield line a bit flatter, which is honestly fine given the fact that Aniacho is more of a solo striker, so he doesn't need as much support. He'll try and put the pressure on the defenders when it's sent forward exactly like that. Makes Kingsley clear that one away. I'm off Viduka, that's his fucking name. Are we being forced to take the throw in again, I guess, but I don't know. Alright, so the Hearts can make a change. So I guess they've seen that we changed in Iacho, so they're going to change to counteract us, I suppose. And it looks like Altena is off. And Frankie Kent is on. And he actually does well to win that one back, Tierney. Played back to the edge of the area, whipped all the way across in towards Trusty. Nice little taken touch, popped in behind for Yang. He's not really going to have too many options but to go back. Nice to see him up. Last time back in Salo had the ball down. It was a fucking awkward pass, but he got it through to Skills easy enough. Skills fires it into the midfield line. McGregor in turn lays it off towards Johnston. Or is that Negron? I'm not too sure. I think it's played up towards Yang either way though. He goes central trying to find any Acho. Well dealt with. Stepped in very calmly, I think it was Finlay that time actually, to be honest with you. I'm not too sure. Didn't see the shot number, so apologies. Scales out towards Trusty. In a game of playing with that stretch centre back system that could be detrimental if we lose the ball in a bad area. And he actually drops deep enough to kind of win that one back, pop back in towards Trusty from a 1-2 for Maeda. Nice little ball into space, any actual great feet from him, to be fair, does brilliantly to retain it, but not too many passing options. And what the fuck happened there? Alright, well, the Hearts player's just... Right, either a sniper is taking the man out or he's just lost his hamstring, but he has gone down and he's put his arm up and he looks like he's in significant pain, and that's not a good thing for just made a change. I mean, yeah, it's like he goes to make like a slight movement to try and mark Iniacho, and it's just as he kind of changes direction on his hip, it's like it goes to hold the back of his leg. That's a... I think his hammies definitely just went and snapped. It's not like Steinway those where it's more like a dead leg that just kind of makes you have to go down. That's like a proper fuck, I'm hurt, I need to hit the deck here. Like, he just crumpled like a fucking... like a tree coming down. I know it's like Hearts will be forced into that change because there's no way in hell he's getting up and carrying on. It's a sin to see. Again, you never want to see a player get injured in that potentially massive match. Can only hope he's alright, but he's struggling to even fucking walk. You can tell it's a sin. A hot players made out of chocolate. Chocolate hearts, maybe. Nah, I think it was just because he probably didn't warm himself up in the ways that made sense, I guess. I think he just tweaked something as he went to move, and his hammies just basically said, nah bro, I'm out. I don't know if it's necessarily a torn hammy, but at the very least it's definitely pulled, and Blair Spittle's going to come on to replace him. Maybe there's a bit of TV stuff in Australia now. Fantastic. The more you know. Well, he's officially off. Spittle is on. I think that alone will add a bit of a minute or two to the additional time, so we'll see how that affects things. But there's a drop ball for Celtic, obviously, because we had the ball when Horse went down. Trusty gets it from McGregor, and we play on Scales and towards Maeda. The greatest first touch we'll ever see for him, but retains it, so we're not going to be too mad. Trusty kind of steps inside, gets it to Iniacho, and turn pop back towards the big American. That's decent enough for McGregor to pop out his side. Can't switch button for Yang, but again Trusty's under pressure. I was just checking because there was apparently a big chance in the Motherwell game. Should check just in case they have scored or something. No, still 1-0 apparently. But then again, it does take like 30 odd seconds to update, so could factor in. Trusty has it in the meantime though. Jesus Christ, marble. That's a weird deflection. It could be awkward, but gets all the way through to Swallow comfortably in the end. Game hasn't been as one-sided as I thought. You expected Celtic to be all over Hearts at home. Why would you expect that when Hearts are leading the league? We haven't beaten them once this season. And again, Celtic are probably playing the better possessive football, but chance creation is the limit right now. Get a little pass out to space, and Iheanacho's probably just going to make. Well, he probably has to roll it back. Instead, he just lays it off and tries to fire it in his space with a bit of pace. I mean, I don't honestly think it was a shot. I think he was trying to go for like a quick pass in and hope that Nygren got the touch off or something, but didn't necessarily work out though. Nah, a couple of them relatively fine. It's just in case I miss any chats, because if you... Jesus. As much as I love green and white, please stop. Well, Hearts have got, well, they're going to go down, that's going to be a foul. I think it'll be a yellow card. Pretty straightforward one there, to be honest with you. Kabori goes down. And it's a set piece in a pretty dangerous area, to be honest with you. Nygren had to honestly get involved. It's a bit soft, he goes down looking for it, but again, cuts out an easy chance. It was a foul either way. Yellow was definitely optional, but the referee opted to give it. Good set piece opportunity to come in here. There can be some damage to be done. Again, we've seen exactly what happened the fucking last time. Please don't leave a man open. There is a guy standing on the edge of the box. There's two actually standing on the edge of the box with no fucking man on him. But thankfully he just decides to go for goal for no reason at all, and it's miles over the bar. Like, they genuinely had about 3 open options. Oh, it's fair play for it. Oh, well, he's just kicked the ball away for Tierney. That's a car defence in his own right, to be honest, but maybe a bit too early for that. It's like a motherfucker for Monsters Inc. You should go, I'm always watching. They've gone all the way back to Sanasawa, bit of press there for Kabori, but well dealt with by the fin. They just pop it out to Trusty, like towards Johnston and back towards Trusty in the end, just to slow the pace down. I don't mind that. Popped into space. Might go for a long switch here. There is runs on, and actually a really good run on if we can do something with it. Ball could be dangerous. It's spilled. Awkward did get cannon off, and it's going to be a corner kick at the least, but good pressing, and apparently there's a fuck's sake, Alex ball's gone down over his head. Bro, they're really trying their best here, I'll give them credit. I mean, Yang does well to kind of keep it in at the very least, and like Nygren goes to swing at it, does it catch him in the head? No. So it's one of those. I mean, it was definitely close, I would say, but oh, it's on the way down, right? I thought he like they were saying that Johnston booted him, and nah, it's like on the way down. Corner kick it will be. Not had too many set piece opportunities. Let's see what we do with this one. Swung into that awkward area. It's definitely not a bad corner, just doesn't find a Celtic shot in particular. Scales is going to have to chase that header back in. He's under pressure, but does well to force it and gets another corner kick. That's fucking excellent for Scales there, by the way. Point of the referee that he has his socks kind of half damaged for the nipping at the heels, but it's honestly valid enough. Ball into the box is half decent, still could be. Trusty does well to try and keep it in play. There's another half claim for handball, but I don't think that will honestly be given unless it changed the direction of things. So I'd shit my head out of the play because he has to tie his shoelaces. Or is it Scales? One of the two. I think it's Scales. Fantastic. Stressful game is the nicest way to put it so far. Almost 2/3 of the way through it. Trust it. No, for fuck's sake, that is a... Again, why do that? It's just a poor giveaway and it's allowed Hearts in behind Sinisalos. Oh, that's awkward as fuck, lads. Jesus Christ, you've made that way more awkward than it should have been, but we've done brilliantly to deal with it somehow and we've got a chance to go forward now. There's another Hearts player down. Why is it every time we get into their half there's a fucking Hearts player injured? Christ above, man. Another one. The defending there was a wee bit suspect, to put it nicely. But we've had to stop the game for yet another Hearts player going down and needing fucking treatment. We're going to get a good amount of added time. Apparently Trusty's been booked for something. I'm guessing the off the ball incident. But it does catch him, to be fair. Yeah, there's a yellow. Thought it was just like an honest 50, but nah, it does catch him in the leg. Yellow is fair. But it's kind of silly how they're doing this time wasting and shit. It's the third time this has happened this half already. We're 13 minutes in. Nah, not the smartest though, honestly, those are. Showing that potential handball claim back. Which, nah, I don't know his hand at ice heat. Well, Benign when he's back out onto the bench at the very least, I suppose that's good for him. Kazuridas is up, he'll be heading towards the touchline right now. There's not many options we can really go for, to be honest with you, though, is there? It's the issue, Caden. Scales, long side switch. Put into space, switch the back in from Scales. Trusty looking for any open lanes that he can. Eventually goes out towards the far right. Popped in, Yang's going to try and force the corner. Bounces off the flank, we'll get another corner kick. It's something, at least we're trying to go for the press. It's consistent enough. Celtic definitely starting the stronger of the two teams in this half for sure. Shamolonius in love. Yeah, another corner kick. We do have short options if we want to go with it, but it's whipped in high and straight into the hands of Swallow. And at least we're putting them into the area where it can cause damage, but didn't really work out in that occasion. Swallow eventually kind of gets the ball rolling and he actually loosely chase it down just to make it awkward. Probably 2-0 between Motherwell and Hibs. That should cement it for them now. Good tackle for Scales there, he was under pressure. If he didn't get that right, Kabori would have probably had the chance to get that shot away. Nice little pass in behind for Shannon, to be fair. I've not seen too many moments for him, he's been very quiet besides the goal, but it's from situations like this. Forrest looks like he's getting warmed up on the far side to come on, most likely for Yang. And they've got Kingsley teeing up to swing in this corner kick. Seen Celtic swinging a few in the first half, not really doing too much damage. Hearts managed to score for pretty much their second corner in the first half, so that's not exactly ideal. Played into that same exact spot, and this time we have any actual standing there to mark it, so it just goes over everybody and out, thankfully. Case in point, just having someone there makes it a lot harder for them to just run. Dave Murray on the bench, I'm pretty sure he went back on loan ages ago. Sure, I got recalled a while back. Yep, Forrester's warming up. He's on for Yang. It's a like for like switch. It's good for Droste, just dance follow the big man. If you've got space, use it. Good pass. And Forrest immediately trying to funnel in, and he's done brilliantly to get it into space. And what the fuck is Nygren doing there, bro? You've got 4 options open there, by the way, and you ought to try and be fancy with it, you fuckhead. What the hell was the point in that then? You're in the actual open and Maeda both standing, no real mark on them, and he decides, I'm going to try and funnel it through 3 Hearts players for an overlapping run that might at best be a byline touch or a pass. Got to say, awareness there was not really it from Nygren. That's the nicest way to say it. Goal disallowed for Motherwell. Well, there's a chance for Motherwell to do something, but Sinisalo once again just kind of covers the tracks for the ball over the top, just gets it out for a throw-in pretty much on the halfway line. Definitely there from the throw back. They try to play it quickly, but McGregor's switched on. That's a great touch to get open and into space, and now we're trying to run with pace and purpose. Maeda towards the byline, great little 1-2 touch and take. It's fired in with a lot of pace and purpose and over everybody, and Hearts will just see this one out for a throw in if they can, or look for the foul, because that's what they do here, and they'll go through in for Hearts instead. The only centre back in the bench is Dave Murray, and I think we know what goes. Yeah, I don't want to be throwing a youngster in a situation like that, because if he makes a mistake that costs us the league, then that's career ending material. Ball's popped up, Maeda wins it back. Kelechi's done well to try and retain it, but doesn't really work out. He'll probably stay on the press to try and force Swallow to long clear it, which is exactly what happens. Droste does win the knock on, and it's popped up by Nygren, not necessarily gathered comfortably by Hearts, but they do get the ball forward, and straight away Celtic are on the press and win the ball back. That is much better from us defensively. Forrest rolls it back. There's another Hearts player on the ground, but at least this one's just tying his shoelace this time, so it's not that bad. Kelechi's just been bundled over, so that'll be a quick foul for sure. Scales. Tierney cut back towards the Irishman. Under a bit of pressure, so rolls all the way back to Sinisalo, who's acting pretty much as an intermediate centre back. Droste cannons it out far side. I need a decent space, pop back. Certainly not bad from us, but we need to move with a bit more pace and purpose. The ball's into the box are definitely going to be needed at some point soon. Nice ball out towards that far flank though. Forrest tries to skip past his man, does well. Does really well actually. Does an awkward 1-2 pass, and eventually Hearts deal with it after a nice little exchange of play. Celtic are trying to keep it again in that final third and make it awkward, and to be fair, good press from us, but that's a lovely touch from McGregor. Actually kill the play and take them out of the equation. Yeah, I mean, I think Sinny's earned his respect in a lot of rights. That's brilliant for Eniacho. That's fucking excellent for Eniacho. Tierney goes for the long switch into the box. Don't really understand that, but Hearts play it safe and just kind of flick it on out for another corner kick for us. Let's say there's only one team that's on the ascendancy in the second half, and it's very much in our favour, but this doesn't mean shit if we don't score. Short corner, whipped in over the top. It should have been a chance for Dyson. He's missed it. It's a big opportunity. It's pretty much almost exactly what Shanklin did. Kind of hangs off the back edge of that far post, although this time there is a body on him. It makes it a bit hard for him to get it on target, so I can't argue it too much. But it's just over the top. It's a good opportunity. Red card for Motherwell. Ooh. Oh, look at that. Looks like the Forrest brothers will be featuring alongside Braga, and I don't honestly recognise the other one off the top of my head. Kelechi's been a bit of a breath of fresh air since he's came on, that's for sure. But Kabore, Kazaridis and Milner are off, Braga, Forrest and Chesnikov are on. So all predominantly attacking changes essentially, with the exception of really maybe Chesnikov, but it's more or less just a shape change for Hearts, you would imagine. The next goal in this test could be massive, essentially, if there is another goal to be had. And once you get to this kind of stage, Hearts need to consider thinking about playing for that point, because they know it's enough for the title. Taking their time to get the bodies off the park though. Eventually they got them moving. How did I get you off right? What did I do? Swallow's going to pawn that one as far out as possible. Scales wins, question mark, the first header. I mean, technically he does, but it doesn't really go anywhere too far away from him. Maeda tries to bite in for this one and it doesn't work out. Here comes Hearts with their real first opportunity of the game. They've cut into space across the box and thankfully blocked out for Celtic and quite comfortably in the end cleared away for a throw in, but you need to be switched on, lads. Can't just be fucking decent at attacking, you need to be defensively switched on as well, and that could have been something, man. He went past 2 or 3 of us without too much issue there. Thankfully Troste was well positioned to get it cleared. You know this is getting absolutely fucked into the box at full pelt, so let's see where it goes. Spittle. Slung in, not really the greatest touch off them there, to be honest. Quite calmly out for another throw in pretty much in the same exact spot, so rinse and repeat the process into the box, it will go. Not necessarily dealt with by Celtic or cleared, but we've kind of got the pressure on the ball. Maeda gets it out for the back line, which is decent, and it's not the worst touch for any actually put the pressure on the defenders. Play it back towards Swallow and Hearts will kind of slow the game down, as you would expect. Start in the actual in the cup final. Definitely something that we should consider doing. Our main concern when he came in was his fitness levels, because in the first few games you've seen him, it was noticeable, but he's came up with some big goals towards the end of the season. That's not the greatest touch for Hearts, and I think he was presuming he was offside there, Braga. Probably was, but honestly smart for him just to let it go out, throw in, saves any extra stoppages of play, keeps the pressure on. Fair enough. Thrown forward for Celtic, and Iheanacho is not going to win that one, but Celtic can put bodies in the way to make it awkward. Tierney keeps it in play just about, but doesn't really find anyone, although Celtic have again won it back. Nygren tries to break away, gets away from his man. Where's this going to go? Cut back and switched far side. This is decent from us. Forrest tries to go into space, shoots through. It's not the worst idea, but it's going to be blocked comfortably in the end, and Hearts can try and come forward with this one now. But Celtic put legs and bodies in the way. It's taken a weird bounce and it might just go out for a throw in, basically just on the halfway line. Trust he's doing something good. I don't know. He's definitely inconsistent. A lot of us would feel a lot more at ease if we had like a Carter Vicar or something at our expense back in the squad, but I mean, Trusty's not had a bad game. Put in some decent challenges and some alright passes, but I wouldn't say it's any higher than maybe a 6 out of 10, to be honest. This is where the nerves start to kick in, because there's not a lot of time fucking left now. It's a decent little steal for McGregor to get away with that one there. Just kind of popped it up with his foot in the last second, but pressure's still firmly on us. Good little taking touch. Again, Hearts are just playing with that incessant line, but it comes at that expense of just making little missed touches. What the fuck, why are we? That's interesting. I mean, Sriracha's definitely one of the change, but it looks like Osmond. So I'm not too sure. So they're trying to win that ball back. McGregor gets in front of it. That's a shot pull and a half. It has to be a foul. Come on, man. There's like 3 of them on him. Eventually given. 20 minutes left indeed. Less than that now. McGregor pops out towards Trusty. Sent towards that far side. Nice little roaming move. We've got to try and shift it. Just fucking look, bro! Second time you've done that, man. You just need to wait for the overlap, but instead he takes it, doesn't look, and just fires it down the line, trying to find space. Like, you have to do better there, son. What the fucking hell? That is not exactly ideal, and it looks like we will be bringing on Callum. That's a very confusing one for me. The guy's just back, and you want to throw him in the final 20 minutes of a very crucial match where we need a goal. That's an interesting one. But the Welshman's on. That was Uruguayan. I always thought Sriracha was Argentinian, to be honest with you. Pretty sure I've always used to see the Argentine fucking national thing beside his flag. Someone was mentioning in the first half that we should keep him on a permanent. I think he could make a very good case for himself over the next few dozen minutes or so. Maybe for you, Marple. To each their own. Sent forward by Celtic. That's a good spin and take for Kelechi, and he's going to send that up the line. Here we go. Big chance for Celtic on the move. We've got a chance here. What is that touch? What is that touch? This is what I'm fucking saying, by the way. Why are we bringing on a fucker who has not played a minute since like fucking December? We put him through in a 1v1. Shit first touch, loses the ball. This is the fucking problem, man. Should have done way better. Could have just passed it through to Maeda, but instead just fucks it. That is... Oh my god, man. Case in fucking point. What was the need in that change? It makes no sense. That is horrible from his perspective. Like that, we're talking about how we didn't want to bring on Dane because youngsters can fuck big chances and it could be detrimental to your season. Well, Osman's just proven that point in full fucking reasoning and right. That's a good little header to keep that in play for Negrin, to be fair. Nice little backheel pass as well. But we won the throw in a high up area, 5-2 in Rangers. Jesus Christ, well, there you go. That game's definitely signed, sealed and delivered, and at least he's got 1 win out of the split, that's something. Throwing in towards Kelechi, he's got a bit of time and an overlapping pass if he wants to use it. Sriracha makes a break for it down that byline. Gets the deflection off the pass and it's out for a corner kick, and Follow tries to keep it in play by punting it. And I mean, there's claims, yeah, like kind of getting into time wasting territory now. And here's on to swing this one in. I mean, it makes sense to bring on an attack at this stage because it's do or die, right? Realistically, it's a goal or bust. Headed up, still awkward, and eventually Swallow gathers it. I think it was up for a flag anyway, somewhere in there, so. Eventually Swallow gets it up the line. Let's see where this one goes. Played in towards Dyson. Nice little pop over the top if we can do something with it. There's any actual and a lot of space. There's Maeda as well. Please, come on lads. Big chance for Celtic. It's a shit shot to be honest, but it's still dangerous. Has to be a foul on the edge of the box at least though, and it is, and a yellow's coming out. Should have been a goal to be honest. It was a horrible shot at goal, but we've got a free kick in a deadly ass area now. It was clever for Maeda to lay it across, man. We should have fucking done so much better. Again, I don't get the selfishness of that shot. You've 2 guys standing open right beside you and you decide, I'm going to half-ass this at goal. Fucking asshole, man. Should have done better. It's going to be a fucking awkward free kick though, I'll tell you now. It's in that area where damage can be done. It's in a great area, to be honest. But it's taking time to set this up, obviously. It's just outside the box, so it's maybe in a territory where you can't necessarily get it up and over the wall. We got on Negrin talking over it. We've got to get this moving sooner rather than later, lads. Let's see what happens here. Free kick to be taken. Oh, it's not a bad effort. It's just past the post again. Like, lads, you just need to get them between the fucking posts. That is the crucial thing now. It's not bad. It's the right height, but it was just not fucking... Ugh. You need to do better there, big fella, man. There's no other way of saying that. It's just fucking unfortunate, man. We need to wait and run out of time. We just need to stop putting pressure on that back line now. That is essentially it. But here comes Hearts with their first real chance of the game, straight into Sinisalo's hands. First real break forward they've had this half that hasn't really came from a set piece. Could have been something for them. Thankfully for us it doesn't end in anything particularly threatening, but Negrin, and this little ball into space, and Iacho, good little taking touch, and Iacho, it's off the post! Fucking hell, man! We're doing everything besides scoring. Should have been 2-1, but Kelechi just doesn't get there, man. Hits the post. We're doing everything besides get the goal, lads. This has been our issue the whole fucking season. Don't let it be the reason we lose. It's not a bad strike at all for the Nigerian, but it just doesn't... Oh, man. Kelechi's got it held up on the edge of the area, trying to find any real open options. McGregor switches it to Scales, out towards Sriracha. Ball into the box, nice play from Celtic. It's a good save from Swallow. He tips it over the bar. It should have been a second anyway. They're just hanging on by a thread. Brilliant save for the shot stopper. Can't fault the effort at all, but Celtic are trying to play quick. Played short. Played in behind. Celtic try to get it. There's a touch on, I think, another corner maybe. Apparently not, because the referee's a fucking prick. What do you mean? It clearly came off the Hibs, man. Hearts, man, sorry. What the fuck do you mean? Oh, we're talking about how Iacho scored some massive goals. Of course, I had to hit the fucking post. Christ, man. And that shot is sure just tipped over by Swallow. They're genuinely fucking getting God on their side right now. Sriracha wins the header. Maeda's pass is decent. The movement's alright, but the touch is a wee bit heavy. The Hearts are trying to go forward and do something of their own here. Braga doing what he can to hold up. Obviously he'll try and look for any open contact they can, but Celtic win it back. Calm little movement there. We win it half on the bounce out for a throw-in. It's hard to believe this is the Hearts team that could actually win the title, because fuck me, they've been substandard today, but they're hanging on. The post, some wonderful goalkeeping. It's nice little spread play and towards Sriracha. He's got runners, opts to play out towards Dyson, who's done well to hold it up. The shot takes a deflection, and it's another fucking sitter from Osman. Why was this fucker brought on? Just send him the fuck back then. What is the point in bringing on a child when he is useless as it is? He's just back for injury. He's like, what the fuck is that? It's another. He's just not doing it, man. Maeda does well to force it into a decent enough area, and I think he would have been offside anyway, so his positional awareness is off, his finishing ability's off. He's just off. Come on, Osbin, mate. I want to fucking believe that you've got ability, but you're not showing it when it matters, lad. At all. I've seen you twice, and both times it's been a mistake. Ball sent forward again from Sriracha's bounce. It's still awkward. Hearts are spindling it clear. Celtic win the paw point. It's still awkward and dangerous. I think it's been stopped for something anyway. It's been pulled back for a foul or whatever. So Hearts will take their sweet time to take this one. There is going to be a decent amount of additional time, you would imagine, with the stoppages for the injury and, well, I mean for the multiple injuries actually, now that I think about it, it'll probably be at least 4 or 5 minutes, same as the Motherwell match. Nice little hold up touch from Maeda, but again, there's no real supply line. It does take a bounce out towards that far side, and we can do something with it. Come on, boys. Nice little ball into space, although I think it's way over hit. I'm sorry, but he's it's a lapse in judgment for Martin O'Neill. We shouldn't have brought him on. It's just a shit ball across, and it's way out. So they just try and hoof that one forward. That was a waste of a touch in the potential attack. Nice one. Oh, come on. There we go, individually punted up the line. Sent forward, but oh my fucking god, Sonny, mate, that could have been fucking bad. If they genuinely won the game because of that, I would have just stopped the stream there. That could have been fucking stupid for Sonny Salo there. Still awkward and dangerous. Hearts are trying to get into the final third. Scales just does enough to make it awkward and gets a wee touch as he tries to break through, and it's out for a corner kick. No corner kick, pretty much could seal our fate here if it hits the back of the net. But hard to imagine we get 2 from this point, so if there is another goal for Hearts, it's done. And it could have been, honestly, if he got his control on that touch, it might have been a chance to get a shot away. Doesn't necessarily deal with it well. And this is where it gets a little bit loosey-goosey. You feel like it's just balls to the wall for here. Celtic will do exactly and whatever they can, essentially, to just get chances. Scales is just going to run that back to Sinisalo 100%. Workout, not just yet. Sriracha's going to dance this one forward. Play it towards Negrin, nice little control back, but again you have to go forward here, lads. It's do or die territory now. Sriracha does well. Gets it in towards space. This could be dangerous. Whipped across for Dyson! 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 No Oh, wait, what are you trying to disallow it for? What are you trying to disallow? Oh, it might be, it better not be offside. Oh, you fucker, of course, man, we're bingo card and everything. Oh, piss off, man. Is he offside? It's going to get checked, he might be on. Maeda's definitely on. This is going to be close. It's going to get VAR'd. Oh my god, of course. It might stand, it might not, we don't know, but he looks like he might be onside. Will it stand is all down to the referee and the lines. If the lines say yes, we might just be able to steal the title. Maeda's sitting with literally like crouched down. He is. Does it stand? Please. Please. Yes! It stands! Come on! Do not fuck this from here, boys! Do not fuck this from here, please! Oh my god, it stands! He's on! Dyson Maeda could have just won us the title! Oh my fucking Christ, it is going to come to... Hearts need to go for it now. The next 5 to 10 minutes are massive. But Dyson's in tears. He's genuinely in tears. What a fucking boy you are. But they're trying to draw the lines for Maeda, even though that's not really the check. But Maeda gets there ahead of Swallow and it spins up off and into the back of the net. He just gets there. It's his pace. It's his positioning. It's the pleasure of watching that man in a Celtic shirt, and even though people have given him some amount of shit this season, myself included for the sitters, this man could have just done something so fucking poetic. The talk right now is around 7 additional minutes. Negrin's giving it to the crowd as he's ready to come off. Dane Murray's coming on. It's all out defence for Celtic now. You can tell with that single change. Fuck me the stress. It's hard to argue based on the way this game's unfolded that Hearts have not been the stronger team of the two. But it's not done yet. It's not done by any means. But fuck me, man. Oh my god. The nerves. Oh, I hate this shit. This is literally what I feared. I mean, look at the score prediction. I fucking said this at the start of the stream. It's going to be nervy as fuck. Celtic are trying to run forward again. No fucking way. Please do it. Please put it to bed in the best... Oh, it's just a dead ball though. Celtic are still trying to keep the press alive. It's basically do not let Hearts get more than a fucking touch. You stay on their asses. There's a Hearts man that's down and someone's just threw a fucking hat at him. Well, I'm glad it wasn't a bottle, but still, don't do that. That's silly fucking cunt syndrome. Do not ever throw things onto the pitch. Hope they find and find that guy, even if it is a hat. Look at that, look at the wee ball boy, fucking... Go on, son. Oh my god. The 8 additional minutes have been confirmed. We've already been through about a minute and a half of it, give or take. Seven huge moments. Massive minutes. Ball into the box for Hearts. They don't win the knock on and it's pretty much just bundled out at the side. Jesus Christ, man. This has been a stressful ass season, but I'm telling you right now, it's not just Martin O'Neill that might require a statue, but you need maybe a statue of Negrin and Maeda shaking hands. But our hearts can be broken in the worst possible way if we do not fucking lock in for the last few minutes. Cini's going to clear it out. Headed up and away. Dealt with well by Hearts to try to funnel it back into space, and it's all full court press for Hearts now. More or less 7 or 8 of them are forward, and Iacho's going to try and make it awkward for the defenders. Good steal for Maeda, and Iacho will try and get involved in the play, but it's just going to give an advantage to Hearts instead. They'll send it over the top and down the line, but Sinisalo will come out, claim it, fall on it. Good stuff, big man. What a final day this has been, regardless of how it goes for here. Hearts scoring, giving themselves that massive chance. But Celtic doing what's necessary. That's a foul on McGregor, and that will be a foul. Apparently not. That's insane referee, fair enough. Unless he managed to win the ball through his legs, I don't honestly know, but it looks like he caught his man. Hearts are trying to break forward with it though. Maeda dropping. Look at Dyson go, big man. Fucking love him. Loses out the ball there, but he gets it away for the danger zone, and we got a follow through on the challenge. It's Sriracha and Shankland are going at it. Lads, you calm it down. You don't need any stupid shit going on here. Definite handbags. There's a card coming out for Sriracha and for Shankland. I think Shankland was displeased at the way Sriracha kind of bodied it out the side, and it's one of those. Hearts thrown into the box. Bouncing around. Still awkward. Fucking hell. Oh my god, every time it bobbles in our box, man, it gives me the fucking fear. It's like you just got a back rag. Not nice to see you, my guy. Press is on. Celtic doing what they can to keep occupied. That's a bit of a lunge in for McGregor. I'm going to play about it. My goalkeeper's going to send this one in. We are officially more than halfway through added time. Must be crazy in the ground with 60,000, 100% for sure. They're singing the boys over the line, but Hearts are going all at it, and they have every reason and right to. Let's see what happens here. Could, jeez, still could be awkward actually. Let's see what happens here. Sriracha stays on his man. Maeda's right there again to win the ball back. Look at him fucking go, man. The hustling and hassling for Maeda, and he gets up and gees at that in front of Shankland, and Shankland tries to push him out the way, and that should be a red card, but of course they're not going to give that. Maeda loves it, man. He is all fired up. This is the most animated I've ever seen Maeda. I've seen him cry, I've seen him angry, I've seen him fucking exaggeratedly happy. Oh man, I'm too nervous. I need to stand up. Fuck it, headphones are. I'm sorry. I genuinely need to stand up, man. My legs are shaking. I fucking hate this. I hate this with a passion. We've got fucking 2 minutes to survive. 2 minutes to get through. Oh. There's another yellow card coming out for us, I believe. From on, he just gives the kind of thumbs up of approval as if to say fair enough. Fucking hell, man. I'm usually a very calm cunt most of the time, but this is ball into the box for Hearts. It's just about kind of cleared the way. Still dangerous. Popped over the top. I'm not sure if it will stay in play or not, but they've done well to try and hustle and hassle it. But what a challenge for fucking Forrest. Brilliant leg in. Him and Maeda have both been winning brilliantly crucial challenges. Sent forward. trying to pop it away, but Celtic will just retain it and slow the ball down. Less than a minute to go. McGregor's just wiped his man out though, so it's going to be a free kick. And yet another card, but it does not matter at this point. Even if you get red carded, it's end of the game type of material. I'm going to send the goalkeeper up. They're pretty much gambling on this. Ball in, Celtic try their best to keep it away. Hearts are going to go for range, but it's blocked, and it could be game over! It will be game over, because the keeper's out! We're going to win this 3-1, baby! It's game, set, and the match is league title, baby! Fuck you, Hearts! You fucking thought! Let's go! It's done and dusted now! There's your title hopes! Gone! Get in! It's over with now! Blame that on VAR, you bastards! It's done! They leave it for Osmond and it's game over! Come on! Fans are invading the pitch and I do not fucking blame them. Get it up to the rest of England. Get it up to the rest of the fucking fans in this league besides the Hibs ones, because they're half decent. Stick that up your arse, Shankland. Fucking hell, man. Beat us all fucking season, but you can't beat us when it matters. Full time, baby! It's over! Oh my god, man. I genuinely feel so bad for the Hearts fans. Like, let me be crystal clear. I feel for them. But the amount of shit we have gotten over the last few days, that is sweet as it gets. Stick that up your arse, you fucking pricks in TalkSport. Stick that up your arse, you fucking shitty Sky Sports pundits. That's what true fucking teamwork is right there. Doesn't matter if we're good or shite, we still win regardless. Fuck for that. Boys, something you've all been waiting for. Have a gander at this. On the very last match day, we take over Hearts and we win the title. It will break a lot of bodies and souls in Edinburgh, because for the second time in 40 years they've lost it in the last day. Oh, that is so fucking sweet. Osman had a shit game when he came on, so I'm glad he scored to get something out of it. But they gambled. You have to give McInnes credit, because at 2-1, if he doesn't commit his goalkeeper forward, you're fucked anyway. He had to take the gamble. But, oh my god. Christ above, man, that is insane. We dug in for that. It was a much better second half. A much better second half. Let's see how the other scorelines ended. Motherwell have guaranteed themselves 4th place as well. Congratulations to them. They absolutely deserve it, and Rangers managed to recover to not finish on less than 70 points for the first time in over 72 years as a club, so fair play to them in that sense as well. But won the match that mattered. Celtic came in fucking clutch. They did what was necessary. If you want a breakdown of the summary, well, I mean, I can't show that for obvious reasons, but if you go into live score you can see these back in real time. But there's the breakdown right at the end of the game, what really mattered. Dyson Maeda's goal off of an assist for Callum Osmond, to be fair. Much better fucking closing out stages of the game, but he was not good when he came on. Osmond needs to get his fitness back, but fuck me, getting a goal and an assist while you're out of form, that's pretty much the story of our striker seasons. Kelechi's done that a few times, Osmond's done that a few times, Fanchara, Adamu, they've all had that ability to just dig out their arse, so But again, once again, it's Dyson Maeda. What a fucking hero he is, man. Martin O'Neill deserves every piece of credit he gets, man, because we genuinely had to suffer, man. We had to suffer through so much of this season, and I think Martin O'Neill, he's earned statue. He's earned the statue now. It's hard to make any other case in point for it, man, because like genuinely, he came in with basically no real direction for the board, no real hope. It was basically just stabilise the ship, make sure that we're in the fight, make sure that we have a chance. But winning it like that, man, that is late winners. Who do it better than us? Who does it better than us? Well, I think you know what's about to happen for the last time for the league. Oh my god, man. Time for the yas. For those that are new here, and for those that have obviously been here for a while, you know the drill. We shout yas for it. I mean, we've already done a lot of it, but one more for the vibes. As per tradition. Like us winning a title, even when we're shit. So, for the victory, for the win, and for a last day title. Yes! We'll take it. Absolutely beautiful, man. Oh, I kind of let my emotions come out towards the end there, but all that shit that I've seen on social media over the last few days, I think people need to understand, see, being a Celtic fan, we do still care about winning the titles. We still very much care about winning these games. That's what makes us such a great club. It's what makes us such a fucking unique, just organisation in general. We don't settle for fucking less, and even if we're not at our best, we have enough. We dug it out, and credit to Martin O'Neill, credit to the boys, man, credit to Dyson, credit to Kelechi. They had brilliant games today. Kelechi was a game changer for us coming on in the second half. He opened us up massively. It's not to shit into necktie, but we just needed more central runners. We needed to put the pressure on Kingsley and Finlay at the back, and it worked out. It's one of those, you know, like it's one of those. You have to look at it like that. Horse deserved the title, not us. If they deserved the title, they would have won it. And again, if they couldn't win it when Celtic had 8 losses in a domestic season, that's their problem, to be honest. I feel for the fans, but I don't feel for the club, because they got way too cocky. They were 8-9 points clear in February, March, and thought that they had it all locked up, and they took their foot off the gas. It cost them, and it's a shame in that sense, because again, people will obviously be like, well, circumstance this, circumstance that. Every team's been on the beneficiary of some weird calls this season. Celtic have had a few, Hearts have definitely had a few, and so have teams like Rangers, Motherwell. Every team in the league has. But they got the calls right today. I mean, there's no debate about the handball call in this one. It's the bro literally palms it out the fucking air. It's straightforward. And that VR call, I mean, I thought he was offside in real time. I thought he might have just been off. As soon as you seen the fly out, you're like, oh fuck, but perfectly timed. He's just about on level terms, so we managed to kind of get that, and obviously they have to commit at the end. It's what I was saying to Flash, and I'm sure when he watches this VOD back, first of all, hope you and your dad enjoyed yourself, Chief. That must have been some incredible, just an incredible atmosphere. But we literally said that if we can get Hearts to overcommit and we get the first goal, we could have done this to them earlier. But it's better that it happens at the end of the game than not at all, and we'll take it, man. It was very close run, and honestly, like, again, as much as I want to sit there and shit on it, like, Hearts played brilliantly this season. There were so many teams this season that surprised us for better or for worse. If you look at it from start to finish, there's teams like Falkirk that just came up and genuinely put in a brilliant shift, got into the top 6, and granted they don't get Europe, but they gave themselves a really good account of themselves. They absolutely 100% deserve a lot of credit. Motherwell had been basically the bogeyman team of this league. They've taken points off of all of the top teams above them, while somehow not picking up points against the teams below them. They tend to punch up, but they can't really punch down, and that's cost them very crucial matches, to the point where, again, like a month ago you would have presumed they would have had 4th or 3rd locked up minimum, but they kind of hung on towards the end of the campaign. But Ascal's done brilliant with them tactically. Rangers, don't really want to say too much about them because they're having a lot of issues that we're having, minus the fact that they've spent 40 extra million this season to finish way further down the ladder than they would usually be used to, and they're not really. It's just disappointing from them. Like, straight up, not a single Rangers fan will be chuffed at all. But Hearts, yeah, they have done brilliantly ever since Tony Bloom's came in. The whole, I mean, I like to call it Moneyball Midlothian, because that's what it is. It's essentially just Moneyball, but they're trying to do it in a more pragmatic way to get the best out of the assets they've got. And keep in mind, this is a Hearts team that spent very little in comparison, and they took us to a last day decider at Celtic Park where they took the lead, and on a different day that could have made us crumble. But it's the thing that we've talked about for basically the whole of this split. The one thing Celtic have over Hearts is experience. They have title winners, they have title winning managers, and that's what got us over the line. We were not at our best today, but towards the end of the game we kind of came to life, and I couldn't have been happier. It's such a stressfully weird and strange season. It's probably aged me by about 5 years at least, I would say, but at the end of it all, man, it's worth it for a lot of reasons. The board don't get to just sweep this season under the rug. I want to make that crystal clear. They still have a lot of fucking shit they need to figure out. Next season, it's not going to get any easier. It's actually going to get a lot fucking harder because we're going to lose these key pieces. If you were watching Dyson's reaction, the tears at the end of the game and the celebrate, I think he's probably going to be gone relatively soon. But it's incredible, man. I'm proud as fuck of this team, and more importantly, it gives us title number 56. So we're now officially the most successful club in Scotland on all fronts, not just on cup level, but now title level and league level as well. That's 56 to 55. So considering the fact that the situation heading into the split, the fact that we're sitting here as title champions is insane. Like I said, I feel for the Hearts fans, but I don't feel for the ones that backed Hearts just because they were in a title fight. See, the English pundits in particular, they can fuck off. They got under my skin with that severely. Can't use their eyes to look at a call that's clearly and obviously a handball, and they're like, right, even though we have all these like pictures and angles, it hits his head. Nah, it did, eh? And then they proceed to sit there and besmirch this beautiful club, give us all this, well, if they win the title it's because of that. Actually, it's because of the other 7 games that you need to play. It's not just one game that decides a title, it's numerous. And Hearts learned the hard way that if you trip up towards the end, even if it's minimalistic, Celtic are one of the best closing teams, just full stop period. We like to win towards the end of the season, we like to wrap up trophies, and now we're on for a chance to get a brace and get a double, and that would be lovely. But, I mean, wow. Honestly, what a fucking team. I mean, what a shit team at times, but what a team nonetheless. I mean, you can't fault the grit of the boys on the pitch or the manager in the dugout. You have to genuinely tip your hat and give credit where it's due. Like, Martin O'Neill, absolutely insane. Him and Sean Maloney as well, like, both of them deserve a hell of a lot of credit, because on a different day we would not have won that game. If we still had Nancy in charge, we would have probably been fucking 6th at best, most likely. So the fact that we managed to get something done, it is brilliant, you know. Hearts will be challenging next season. They'll feel like what's the way to see, like the end of like a really emotional sports film where like one of the main characters has to lose, but it gives them the incentive. That's like Hearts, when coming into this season, they wouldn't have had any expectations to win the title. So the fact that they got into the final day and had the chance was, you know, you got to give them credit for that. But again, I can't respect McInnes for the shit that he was saying a few days ago, calling us disgusting and all. Actually, but I get that you're a manager of a different team, but your job is to manage your own club. It's not to focus on what goes on with other teams. Celtic could have easily done that with all the other calls that went Hearts' way when we got fucked over. And it's like people forgot about the handball call that went against us a few weeks ago against Hibs. And you had like Boyd at the end of the game going, well, I mean, trust the referees, and then 2 weeks later all of a sudden it's they're corrupt just because they get a decision right in our favour. It's fantastic. But again, Hearts, I feel sorry for. They gave it a really good crack, and again, there's not many times where you see it. This is the baffling thing about the table, right? It's the fact that we've still managed to win this league with 8 defeats. It's insane. Like, I mean, granted, you know, Hearts and Rangers are both on 6 apiece, and Motherwell's second closest, or third closest, I should say, on 9. But in any other season, that wouldn't even be enough to finish fucking second. Right, like you would see Celtic and Rangers sitting on like 93 and 86 points. That usually tends to be like the brackets. If over the last 5 or 6 years, that's the league average. Don't shoot me. So that type of thing. And if Hearts were, this is them playing at their best, they would still finish comfortably third on 82 or 80 points. If they'd won against us today, it would have been 83. So still comfortably about 10 points off the pace. But they've got a lot of impressive things to look forward to and going forward. They've got some great players in their lineup and a couple of good youngsters that are definitely going to show signs of life. They definitely have key players that can cause some problems, and again, I don't hate anyone on the Hearts team. I think they've got some really lovely players. I think they've got some really passionate players. As much as Shanklin was an absolute prick the day, you can't fault the fact that he cares. He loves playing hard, and you have to tip your hat to players like that. They're a very good team unit, but at the end of the day, sometimes it's just experience and a little bit of luck or both that can get you to places you've never been before, and they just didn't have that ability to get the to get the fucking job across the line. Like, for their perspective, genuinely, like, if there are any Hearts fans in chat or whatever else, fair fucking dues. He's gave it a hell of a crack, but it's hard to argue with the fact that we probably just about deserved it based on the form over the split. We really had to be at our best, and I'm as proud as I can be of this team. I mean, fuck me, I've hated that squad at points. I've hated the way it's operated. I've hated the way we've been treated as fans over the course of this season. Not just from our own fucking media, but from our own board. It feels like we've been pushed further and further back, and like it's nice just to see the players dig in for us. That's why I will always love Maeda, and I think that's been cemented to me. The guy is an absolute king. You could tell he cared today, and it's going to be a shame if we decide to lose him. But yeah, 7 wins to end the season, 21 points and a perfect end of season close, and it's not as if Hearts had a bad end either, to clarify, right? In their final 7 games, they only dropped, what was it, 5 points? But that 5 points was all it took, and Celtic have won the league comfortably in the end by that 2-point gap. But it's disappointing from their perspective. I can understand why they'll feel frustrated and kind of hard done by, but I think it's karma for all of that shit for a few days ago, because I can't recall a meltdown over not even a controversy, because it's not. Once the papers came out with the images in full HD, you're like, oh, incredible. Nice to see you, Kev. We figured we'd hope you came back into a positive feeling and vibe. So absolutely nice to see you, my guy. But yeah, Maeda absolutely deserves it. Man of the match for sure this game. I mean, I've always been making a slight case for it. It's just because he did so little up until he got that assist, and then after that he kind of woke up a little bit. He didn't have a great game. I'd still say like a 6 out of 10, but hell, scoring that goal at the end is always nice for the soul. Like, you come back from injury and score a tap in the 90th minute to win the league is always a good feeling. But Maeda, for me, has to be man of the match, man. Thanks guys, it's been great watching this last game with you all. It's very kind. We've still got a couple more. Well, it's a couple more, not one to go, and that would be against Dunfermline. So I should actually probably pull that up now so you can take a little gander at it. It's already updated, so that's fantastic. But if you want to if you want to join us for that, you're more than welcome to do so. It'll be on the 23rd of May. So basically, next Saturday, 3 o'clock, if you want to join us for that one. Is Maya leaving next season? I'm basing it off his reactions, because he was crying tears of joy at the end of the game and like hugging all his Celtic teammates. It's not the way that you react when you win a title and you're happy. It was more like a fuck my bust ass, and I don't know. I'd love Maeda to stay. I love Maeda. I was one of the few that backed him when people were saying that he wasn't too professional. I'm like, but it's the one thing he's good at. Is he'll have patches, and he's earned my love and respect. If he leaves, it will suck. It will definitely hurt because he's an absolutely underappreciated guy in a lot of aspects. Because a lot of people just look at him for his running, but his attitude is it's something else, man. He's a proper old school. Like, if it wasn't for Negrin and his countless goals this season, Maeda would have run away with the player of the season. It wouldn't have even been close. That's very kind, my guy. That's very kind. Oh, I mean, it's a celebration for this entire community and this entire club. I'm glad I stuck through the split games. I mean, shit. I was tempted to stop streaming like halfway through this year, basically, because I was like, well, I mean, we're not going to be winning much, but instant get it going, and managed to get in there. And as you said there, Ryukin, it's the best way to put it. You're crying tears of joy just seeing that going and all. Don't blame me at all. We chased and got there. Absolutely spot on. We had to fight, man. We had to dig our heels in and run like the fucking wind, man. We just pulled a Seabiscuit. That's the best way to put it, right? Anyone that knows like elite ball knowledge, Seabiscuit. We just pulled that out of our arse, essentially. We weren't exactly the biggest dog in the race, let's say. But, man, we fucking ran with it. We stayed there right till the end and then just kind of put our head out in front, late surge. Did what we needed to do and won. And honestly, it's deserved. If fucking Hearts had played as well as we did today and they'd won the game, I'd be saying the same things. I'd say, you know what, fair play Hearts. Like, I'd still be pissed off at the pundits that have been given a shit over the past few days. I will never agree with the way that we've been treated in that sense. How everyone's just tried to vilify us just in case. If we beat Hearts, it's like, oh, you are bullying them. So it's not our fucking fault they're in the league. They're registered as a football team. They have to beat us. And the one time they didn't beat us was in the game to win the title. That will be what stinks, Hearts. Because they were brilliant in the other games against us. Granted, they had a bit of luck in the last game against Tynecastle in the 2-2 draw with the red card and Trust Day, but take that game out, they were actually comfortably the better side in the other two games. So that will annoy them. That will piss them off severely, but it is what it is. But we're just waiting until... yeah, pretty much just waiting until we get that trophy lift, and then we'll be wrapping up here, at least for the next little while. I should probably pull that up on as another one for those that are coming in. They're just like, what's the score? There are some games tomorrow still ongoing. Oh shit, I did 5-2 between. I've not seen that now. And what were the stats? What's the breakdown? Yeah, I mean, that was Hearts' problem right there. They were just shooting too much for range. Specifically in the first half, I think it was something they were doing a bit too much. I mean, Scott Brown's down there, I love that. Scott Brown's down there joining them. Yes, big man, nice to see you. And they're sitting looking dapper as always, big man, that's class. Ralston looking like he's a fucking mafia bouncer, man. Look at him, man. Much better performance for them in the second half, though. I feel like that in itself has given us a lot of leeway to do what's necessary. See that also bouncing out in the front of the hall. Oh, I didn't see that, to be honest with you. Virtually, as Celtic fans trying to do something. To be fair, I didn't see anyone getting assaulted, but if anyone got attacked, then no, I banned them instantly. What the fuck do you mean? Did a Hearts player get... I'd seen the pitch invasion at the start and I turned away obviously to celebrate, because of course I will, but... if it was a... I hope nobody genuinely got hurt like that. I can't say I've seen anything in real time virtual, but if you have a video or something, put it in the Discord and I'll see it after the game. I fucking hope not, because did we not learn anything for a few fucking weeks ago with the whole, well, not necessarily, we could go like a month or two ago with the Scottish Cup semi-final. But no, we should not be doing that, or not the semi-final, the quarter-final. And there's Scott Brown coming out with the title, one of our most successful captains coming out to give the title to another highly successful one. I wonder if I can play a little bit of audio for you so that it's so you can at least hear the but I don't know what I can do copyright wise. So I'll time it. I'll fucking time it, screw it. I've got 7 seconds I could work with per stream, so I will time this shit right for the lift. Those are the boys in the tunnel, getting ready to celebrate. Absolute top G's. Oh, here we go. Oh. When he sent Wilfred Nancy a participation medal just for the fucking sheer irony, like here's the medal for nearly trying to derail our season and we still fucking won an award. Oh, McGregor's just been hanging after his side. I don't know what O'Neill's doing. O'Neill's just he's like fuck it. I'm already fucking slashed. I've already had a few drinks in the dressing room. He's definitely the type of bloke that will look after he'll look at the whiskey bottle after the game when he's sitting down having a nice one. He'll just be like, aye, that's not too bad. What an absolute legend of the game. Not a single Celtic fan has left that stadium. Oh, why did the camera pan and the first person I see get a medal is Kasper Schmeichel? Fucking. To be fair, he deserves it. His last few months he was god awful, but for his specifically the first year and a half, he's been an absolute brilliant servant. Got to give Schmeichel his credit. Maybe not the greatest player towards the end of his last season, but certainly a wonderful man. He was in the wrong movie, I know. You think that shit was the Sandlot? Oh, it's good to see a relaxed smile on McGregor's face, man. Oh Christ. Celtic Streamer of the Year award goes to right, I'm sure it will. I'm pretty sure that would go to like Ryan or like the Celtic View if I'm being honest with you, or like a Celtic State of Mind. There are a few really good ones. Maybe Independent. If you're going like independent as in like I do every single thing, like the commentary, the thumbnail, the script, like the fucking analyst, it's all that good shit. I'll take that compliment every day of the weekend. That's very kind of you, my guy, thank you. We've got 1 or 2 more minutes due. You know that the title lift on schedule happens at 3 PM. About a minute or 2 for now, but of course Martin O'Neill was going to speak, so what an absolute fucking gentleman you are. He's probably one of the few Celtic managers that can go 20 odd years without winning a title and still be so loved by the club. Just said there, 8th major honour as a Celtic coach and his 4th league title. If there's one thing this man knows how to do, it's just get the job done. With a limited budget, apparently as well. We didn't spend the fucking anything basically. We spent less than Falkirk this year. In terms of outgoings and ingoings, like we actually made a profit this season. and still somehow managed to fucking scrape it in the last day. But we can never let this happen again. That can never happen again. Simple and fucking pure. But man, I am proud as punches. These basically have the entire team. We're definitely going to be in the Discord after this, by the way. For those that are new here, for those that are interested, if you go into the description, there's a little link to the community Discord, and we basically just do shit sometimes afterwards, and obviously title celebrations. Plus one of our friends who's at the game, he's a moderator, I've touched on him a few times, his name's Flash, and he, to basically summarise it in layman's terms, will have videos from the Green Brigade, because that's where he is right now. He'll be sitting right in that corner enjoying himself with his dad, and I hope he's enjoying himself indeed. It's fully fucking, it's a beautiful moment, man. People in chat, people in the Discord are making some good points actually, to be honest. Must be real well when you get through this. We got through this strange season. Strange is probably the nice way to put it. Don't know if you're watching Celsius, but if you're up, then can I put a bit on myself. Martin O'Neill just has sheer massive cojones. But we're going to lift the title now. Ooh, and it's live! Let's fucking go, boys! Fucking yes. Doesn't matter if we're good or shit, at the end of the season the ticket tape always remains green and white. And Glasgow's witnessed one hell of a season unfold. You thought it would be Celtics at the start, then you thought it would be Rangers when they came back into it, then you thought it would be Hearts as they figured their shit out towards that end stretch, but then Celtic just pull a winning run out of their arse. Go and win 9 games straight if you include the cup matches on top of it, and somehow managed to get the job done. It's taken a little bit of luck in some games, but it's taken some absolute brilliance in other moments as well, and every one of those players in their own way have factored in. Minus the defence. The defence can fuck off. They really need to figure that out, honestly. There was a couple of moments today that still proves that point, but they all deserve their stripes. And Alston lifting up the title, that's always good to see, man. The big bricky. And then Carter Vickers getting the kit on. He's John Terry'd it, man, fuck's sake. Would have been nice to have you on the pitch today, big fella, but it's nice to see you walking around without fucking bobbling side to side like you're an old wizard. I cannot wait to watch these highlights back after, like, the highlights come out, and I can listen to things back at full volume and just appreciate the fan noise, because, wow, I mean, what an atmosphere. Go on, McCowan, you deserve this. That man has had to play in every position this season besides basically the fucking centre back and goalkeeper roles. Well done, wee man. Arm gets it out. Ah, that's class to see. And the Great Dane himself. Not Schmeichel. Murray. Look at that, man. Listen. And there's people out there that hate this football club. People say it gets boring winning titles. Not if you're a Celtic fan. It's always good to see. What an atmosphere, what a performance. What a season, honestly. Got to say, man, there's been some incredible moments, some incredible matches. Hearts pulling out all the stops to keep it close, Rangers getting themselves back into the fight and then capitulating, Celtic doing exactly what we need to do. But at the end of it all, it always remains the same. 62,000 odd Celtic fans singing one of the game's great songs. Yes. The kid holding him up and he'll scarf, that pretty much summarises it. He's reinstated his legacy to a whole new generation. What a season. I think the only thing that sours this is that rumour's true about someone trying to attack. Apparently it was Shankland. Apparently, I don't think he got attacked, but I think people targeted Shankland. I think that's what was being said. So I sincerely hope that that's not anything too serious. Like, if someone just runs up and gives him like a yas or something, that's, you know, that's whatever. But if somebody tried to lay hands on him, get him into a jail cell and promptly, there's no fucking excuse for that type of shit. But every other fan in that stadium seems to be enjoying themselves, which is all that really matters at the end of the day. But I mean, yeah, what a season it has been. What a season it has been. We've got one game left, and then it's on towards America for one of the great tournaments that's been ruined because of fucking just modern capitalism, essentially. Fantastic, but still, I get to see Scotland play against Brazil in something that isn't in like 240p in a game for the 80s. We need Shankland for the World Cup, absolutely. I think genuinely 100% Shankland should be a starter. If he isn't a starter, I'd be very surprised, because he has had a fucking extraordinary season. And we like crossing, and he likes to header the ball. I think he'd be fantastic. I think he was just a bit of a shithouse merchant today. It's probably why he got targeted, I imagine, because he was getting very physical with a few Celtic bodies. But the only right response is having, you know, Celtic players go up and give him shit, like when Maeda was doing it, or, you know, Arn or whatever. But any fan that goes onto the pitch, if you're just going on to celebrate, that's fine, but don't get in another player's face and give them shite, or even think about being physical with them. It's just fucking stupid. It would sour a really good day if that turns out to be as true as it sounds, but I can't say I've seen anything, so I don't want to speak. Thanks for everyone, guys. Not a problem at all, is it? You're going to be streaming the final? Absolutely. That will be the last. Will be the last one for at least, you know, full time streaming, I guess. And then after this, it's dial back significantly. You'll still maybe get me for 1 or 2 World Cup matches, depending on time. Obviously, the kick-off times are fucking ridiculous for World Cup matches, but I'll try my best to maybe cover 1 or 2 of those for those that are. At least if there's enough interest anyway, I think that's probably the best way to say it. But I think we've got pretty much everything wrapped up and done here. Almost 3 hours we went live for, and what a stressful 3 hours it was, but when it came down to it, we got the job done. It took pretty much the last 10 minutes to really seal things, but that Maeda run perfectly timed, that little flick in pass follow, and then of course Osman's tap in essentially right at the end of the game after the overcommitment for Hearts, trying to get that late equaliser. They're absolutely heartbroken in that sense. But one last look before we head off, and that's your table, and that's how the season finally ends for the top 6. Falkirk on 49 points. We knew they were going to be finishing 6th, but Hibs will not be getting European football, which is a bit of a shame for them, considering the fact they've had some pretty good matches this season. But Motherwell, hard to argue that they didn't deserve 4th. Rangers wrapped their season up with 72 points, and of course Hearts took it all the way to the end, but they fall just short on 80 points to Celtic's 82. It's definitely a season that will live long in the memory of the neutral, but for most Celtic fans this will be the season that we're like, damn, we were shit then, weren't we? Next season's going to require some investment, some massive backing from the board. hopefully we get that. But you've got one more game, 23rd of May, that's a 3 PM kick-off. You know the drill, usually be live, give or take within that 15-10 minutes window before the game kicks off. But if you want a more reasonable guideline, just come in about 5 minutes before kick-off and most likely you will see me there. That's you off for the day, Caden. It's been a pleasure having you, lad. I hope you enjoy yourself. Take it easy and catch. You're watching all the World Cup. Aye, so have I, man. I don't think I'll miss many games, to be honest, even if I become very sleep deprived. I think it's worth it. Like, I've not experienced a World Cup where my team's in it, so like I've kind of done that thing where, like, you as a kid when South Africa, you'd stay up watching most games as you could. Same when it was in Brazil because of the time zones. Oh, Hearts will throw everything at the wall. Again, they'll kind of operate on the basis of strengthening the kind of places in the teams that showed a wee bit of lacklustre oomph towards the end. But I think overall it's a weird one. Again, I can only smile and say that we did what we needed to. I just feel a wee bit hangy because of that reaction to the last goal. I know that I said some shit that probably tick some people off, but understand that it was in good faith. We have had to deal with a lot of shit from the media over the last few days, so it was more targeted at them, not necessarily Hearts fans or just fans in general, just specifically those fucking dickhead pundits. But they can sit there and cry. Let's pull up the outro music and we'll be getting ready to wrap things up. Wow. Right, so I think that's basically everything that needs to be done, so right. Thank you for watching, thank you for taking the time to come along to the stream. If you've been here for the whole thing or just a little bit of it, you are appreciated nonetheless. Thank you to anyone that considered leaving a like on the stream or subscribing as well. You're also appreciated too. We got the job done on the end. It was close, it was well run. But Celtic won the title on the last day, 2 points to head, well, to the good. But everything came down to that final 10-15 minutes and we came out the other side 3-1. Victors. If you want to join us next week, again we talked about it just a few minutes ago, but as a wee refresher, 23rd of May, 3 PM kick-off, you're more than welcome to join us about 10 or 5 minutes give or take beforehand. We'll most likely be up and live and covering everything that needs to be done, but thank you to everyone that's joined us. Caden, was it, Gaz, of course you as well, Shuto, nice to see you as always, Chief. Hope you enjoy yourself and you're screaming on behalf of the rest of the continent of North America on our behalf. It was truly a good way to end the season. At least it wasn't for nothing. We hung in there, did what was necessary. Proud as punch. But I think for the last time, at least for the league campaign, we can say this with confidence now. Celtic are still the best goddamn team in the world. At least now the best team in the league certified for at least another year. And well, that's all we can really ask for. And until next time, and until the last game, thank you for being a part of this, thank you for joining us for the whole season, thank you for sticking with me, and thank you for suffering with us until the inevitable conclusion that we actually did something good, which is always nice. We'll be back once more to do it all over again and suffer in real time next week. But until then, Celtic are still the best team in the world. Hail, hail, have a good one, take it easy. It's been a pleasure, boys. Enjoy yourselves. Until next time. Title champions, baby. Never in doubt. Was never worried whatsoever.